There you go.
Panda, put that down. No, I don't know.
Still.
Hey, yes, look. We are indeed.
Yeah, I heard me yell that.
Look, if they didn't want me playing with it, they wouldn't have put it so close to me.
It's attached to you, and it's against TOS, so I need to put it away. What's his tail, guys? Chill. Jeez.
It's a cute panda tail that I got reattached for my birthday.
Oh,
you imagine that, like being one of those people that was born with a tail, and then like you sue your parents to like try to get it reattached. Like, no, go find it. I want it back. I want to be a Saiyan.
My God, I want to be a Saiyan.
I'm sick of this shit. Next full moon, y'all better have it sorted out, or I'm gonna air this bitch out. Wait, have what sorted out? All of it. What do you mean all of it? America, the Middle East, world hunger, all of it. Bro. Bro, that's a lot. That's a lot. Well, is that or giant monkey? Okay, we'll try, I guess.
Look, either y'all solve the problem or I solve the problem. You won't like how I solve the problem.
The United States government would 100% pick giant monkey over figuring out actual problems.
Right? We'll be arguing with it while King Kong is knocking shit over, right? Like,
yeah. Oh my God.
And in other news,
nuke
the state of
nuke
Tennessee
the
is gone. What do you mean
like
gone?
That's such a specific shape to just be gone.
Right?
Sorry, just imagine it's like...
It's not even one of the square ones.
Giant monkey destroying Florida, and everybody's like, just nuke it. And they're like, no, but it's in Florida. They're like, yeah, nuke it.
I said what I said.
We have an excuse to get rid of Florida.
It's time. It's finally time.
I said
it appears the giant ape has caught the nuclear device and is throwing it west.
I saw a funny phrasing, speaking of fixing the world, of rogue classes should what was it called? Oh, attention rogues, the Frost Knights steeds have valuable platinum in their catalytic converters.
That's funny.
And I was like, the Frost Knights? Oh.
Ah.
Yeah. Steeds, cars. Yeah. I'll leave the rest to your deductions. So I'm not called out for anything. But Frost Knights.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Patrick.
Took you a minute.
I put it in the chat, but not the public chat.
I realized that we're not Face Live yet, but I'm holding a mouse.
Would you like
a
to
computer
be Face
mouse?
Live?
No, I'm just explaining that I'm holding a computer mouse. I bought this computer mouse maybe 2 years ago, and it has a dongle, which is one of the funnest words in the English language to say. And it worked really good for like a year and a half. And now it goes through a battery in about a week. So I am borrowing my girlfriend's mouse, but your mouse lights up. And then I think I'm gonna just like, I don't know, punt this into the sun. I'm not sure what my next step with this is. But yeah.
I don't mind having weirdness with the right click, and all of my other ones are like shittier in other ways.
The battery died in this like 2 weeks ago, or it was maybe 3 weeks ago, and I was like, oh, the battery finally died, because it was the same battery that it came with. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'll replace it, put a brand new battery in there. Last week, this didn't work before the stream, so I put a new battery in it. I was like, oh, that's weird. I must have grabbed an old battery by mistake. It was just in our junk drawer.
It may have been bad.
It was dead today with a brand new battery out of a brand new pack. So I was like, oh, it's the mouse.
Yeesh.
It's not the battery.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's definitely the mouse at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
That always sucks.
It's got a draw on it or something weird.
Yeah, because the battery is dead too that I put in there, but it was a brand new battery out of the pack. So.
All right, prepare for Face Live.
Face Live.
Oh no, I'm picking my nose. I mean, I'm not, but I was.
Can I pick your nose?
No.
No.
You know what they say? You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
Oh.
Right,
I'll fight them.
Because I actually need to check it. Okay, it is still wrong. Okay, anyway. But also Face Live.
Face Live.
I did actually update it, but I'll like change the file later whenever we're actually on the exit screen. I expected it to update live and it did not.
So I know we're gonna like get into it, and I'm down to get into it, but I'm going to say this on air so that I can hold myself accountable. I'm gonna start redoing more Patreon content soon because I finally got my car sorted and I finally got a bunch of other stuff sorted. So I now have a little bit of that time to actually use towards putting up more tabletop tour stuff again.
Sweet.
So I'm gonna do that. And I'm thinking about trying to compete in the 2026 season for Pokemon TCG. And if I do that, I will put like tournament reviews or not reviews, but like vlog stuff up with that as well. So
hell yeah,
we'll have cool other extra stuff. Yeah. And my awesome girlfriend who's over there, and I'm not saying she's awesome because she's in the same room, but I'm hoping she hears me. Is gonna make a cool new graphic for me, I think, because I asked her to, and she's an excellent graphic designer. So we'll have that too.
That'll be sweet. Cool. Yeah. That's good shit. All I get is what? Something's up with the view thing. It's not like on the part that it's supposed to be, and it's kind of annoying me. Why are you?
All I know is I'm getting major "what are you buying" vibes from this guy.
Oh yeah, from his thingamajig there.
Yeah, he's holding out the trench coat.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4 indelibly marked my brain. It lives in there rent free. So I
chemistry.
It did, dude. I've played that game so much. Both versions of it, a lot, on so many consoles. It's kind of nuts. Basically, every console to come out since the PlayStation 2, I have played Resident Evil 4 specifically on. Even iPhones. They made an iPhone version. So the only thing I haven't done is play it on like a scientific calculator powered by potatoes, like people who run Doom on everything. So.
Have you tried?
No, I'm not technologically savvy enough to figure that out.
I'm not either.
I got enough potatoes, though.
Why? Oh, because you're vegetarian.
Potatoes. And I like potatoes.
I mean, I like them too, but being vegetarian means that you're going to eat a lot more.
More potatoes, yeah.
God, that's so many. Enough potatoes to run Doom? Like, even the OG, like, damn. But okay. Shit, what happened? Did something happen about recaps last time?
Well, we had said that I stopped taking notes because we weren't doing recaps because I didn't need to know anything. However, I still didn't take notes, but I can do a recap because I remember what happened.
Oh, yeah, sure. Go ahead then. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. So we were going to buy drugs from this guy. And, you know, Han had told us, hey, I have this note you can give him so you can buy drugs. Don't tell him it's from me. And then I proceeded to not remember that and not do that and just basically walk up to a plug and be like, hey, man, you got drugs? Which is a terrible way to approach that situation. And he got real nervous, noticeably so. And then we kind of had a little back and forth and he kind of split us up and we were trying to like get stuff from him in the back room and kind of talked to him, and then he was looking really jumpy, and then we were kind of jumpy, and then like Sam went outside to check stuff out, and he saw just like a dude who was supposed to be security, doing what security often does, which is not doing security but trying to stand somewhere and look like they're doing security. And you know, while that's going on, he then kind of is like, oh yeah, checking up on him, and Rahal is getting weird vibes. I'm oblivious, but I listen to her, and then Lamia and Sam Lamia goes to go find Sam. We're totally separated. He like springs, you know, some bounty hunters on us, which was a terrible idea because he did not know what he was getting into. Neither did they. They were trying to non-lethally take us down with saps, which was a bad idea. They hit Rahala, which was a worse idea. You can't hit the party's NPCs. Everybody gets mad about that. I made a big spooky mist cloud that scared some people. Sam kicked in his front door. Lamia destroyed his counter. We chain reaction Chain reaction, the best thing, which was that somebody hit me. I used my reaction to blast him into the shopkeeper guy, who then triggered the reaction from Lamia to destroy the counter after he got super slapped by Sam. So it was this weird, crazy line of cause and effect that did everything. And basically all the bounty hunters decided to leave after I made my big monster shadow version of myself with an illusion, and they all were like, yeah, we're out. And we are now currently negotiating the full purchase of everything and all the information we need from this very scared man with a destroyed countertop talking to a gigantic scary shadow version of myself, and then Sam, who kicked in his front door, and Lamia, who destroyed a countertop in one swing. Which that's just scarier, honestly, to me than the big scary shadow monster, because like that's nuts. You shouldn't be able to do that.
You just put a big ass hole in it.
I mean, to be fair, the axe is specifically made to
He doesn't
destroy
know
wood.
that.
No, he doesn't.
And it's still horrifying.
Yeah. But you make a good point, Molly.
Yeah, it's still fucking terrifying, of course. But yes, he's I mean, he was already willing to talk, but he's even more willing to talk now that his plan was thwarted. Definitely thwarted. But
Yeah,
can you blame the guy? You know how much money's on your heads. At least he tried to be non-lethal. You know, he's not a bad dude. Anyway, so he's there in the Eli stance without a gun in his hand.
The classic negotiating stance.
I mean, it's storming its ass off outside still. Not as bad as what you got away from, but enough that, like, unless this place explodes or, you know, somebody blows a signal horn, guards probably ain't coming. And you seriously doubt that those bounty hunters are going to go run to the guard. So he's trapped in here with you. And your big scary shadow thing. Hands still up. Still with a red mark across his face and his mahogany counter with a giant ass axe mark through it into the floor. He says, all right, so what can I do for you?
You know, well, we need the Esper, and we need some guidelines on how to, like, not take too much. We need a very small amount. Look, I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm still talking through the shadow monster.
All right, I'm going to be true. I'm going to be upfront with you.
I'm going to be upfront with you, mate.
We need to know how to take the Esper.
Yeah. We're using this to,
Give me
like,
the plant. Yeah.
see an assassin guy that we're not supposed to be able to see, and so we need a little bit of it, but not a lot of it. I don't want to be, like, you know, in space next week. No, Sam, don't tell him you went to the moon. I saw you move.
Yes. Okay. So you want to low dose it? Is that it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You can do that. It's look, low dose in something like this doesn't mean that you're just gonna, you know, have a great time and there's no potential downsides. It's still strong stuff, and none of you are Vish, so you're not immune to the worst of it. But,
do you know if... Oh, sorry.
Good.
Do you know what effects it might have against someone who's immune to poisons? Would, like, the not... obviously, the side effects wouldn't affect, but would that person get the other part of it?
Immune to you mean like an Avarok?
Sure.
I've never dosed an Avarok before. If it's anything like how it is with the Vish, then you'll get some of the benefits. You'll have a pretty nice time. It'll make you feel good. It'll make you feel warm, like you're ready for a nap, but you got plenty of energy, you know? I don't know. You'd have to talk to them. I haven't been in their shoes. I just heard them go on and on about the euphoria of the whole thing. Usually you take it by the ounce. Vishkanya, they'll do the full 3, get 9 hours of bliss out of the shit. I mean, it'll still have some downsides to it, but that's just over prolonged use, not during. I ain't never heard of a Vishkanya having a bad trip on the stuff. But, those two don't look Vishkanya, and I don't know what you are.
Was that directed at me?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are 2, and then I was the one that was talking, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the purple one. I don't know what she is.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But you can low dose. I can get that figured up for you, but I have to be upfront with you. I can't fill your order right this second. I don't just keep Ether or Esper just sitting around.
Yeah, you do.
But he obviously doesn't know you took the other one.
Yeah,
right?
I know. That's why I'm trying not to be like, I already stole it. I don't know what you're talking about. I already took it.
But you say that? Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I just say yeah, you do.
He goes, no, what I mean is, I might have some in the shop right now, but it's got a destination. Like people are going to be expecting it. I can't just go and tear that apart and give you what's in that. I would have to remix the whole thing. I guess I could. Puts me in a real fucked up spot,
Well,
what about over here? What's hidden underneath this part? Like, you can tell you can move this.
You're like pointing to the corner?
Yeah, where I found the thing that...
what's in there?
He shrugs, goes, I don't know what you're talking about. Please don't go tearing up my floor.
Let's open it.
Yep, let's do that.
It's open.
So you go over to it and you're look around. He's like, dude, come on. You already destroyed my counter. You gotta rip my fucking floor up? You need tools.
I could just hit it with the axe. But I'm trying to do this the nice way in which you can put it back.
Yeah, surely there would be a... if somebody were to open this like they knew how, it wouldn't get tore up. Maybe if you push on it? I don't know.
It's like, look, it's not Esper. Okay? It's not what's in there.
What is in here?
Yeah.
You ever heard of plausible deniability? You really want to know everything in the shop?
Do we look like cops?
No.
Sorry, do we look like the guard?
Same response. No.
Yeah.
It's a different... It's some specific ingredients, okay? It's stuff you're not really supposed to have in Setsegia. Making different kind of reagents and shit. Some Caliphate folks wanted it. I was able to secure it. It's probably for magic. But I can't give you specifics. I don't know that stuff. I ain't been over there.
Trust me, I'm an expert in magic. I'll know when I see it.
I don't want you touching it. Look, you lived, okay? I'm already out the money that those guys are going to get paid. I still have to pay them. I'm obviously not getting any kind of reward. I got to replace this counter, and you're apparently about to take, 200 gold worth of Esper from me? I'll be lucky to have a shop next month.
I mean, we were going to pay for the Esper still. We're not just taking it. We're not criminals.
Sam Heads
he looks
shoots
confused.
over to look at you.
He also looks confused. Like, oh. I mean, that'll help some, but...
Yeah.
Point still stands. Alright? You really need to look at it?
Well,
there's certain things in this
don't,
world
but...
that people aren't supposed to have. We know when we see those things. All right.
Oh, that is a good point.
He looks confused and goes, "You're starting to sound more like the guard."
Entirely fair. I don't trust you.
And he goes, whoop-de-doo. I don't expect you to. But what are you gonna get out of opening my floor up?
Confirmation that it's not a thing that could be a problem? Like, yeah, I know we sound vague like the guard, but I can't tell you because it doesn't make sense.
You're damn right it doesn't. Fine, can I put my hands down?
There are known unknowns and unknown knowns. No,
oh my god.
He rummages under the counter, pulls out some tools, and walks through the fucking hole in it. And, we'll go over to the corner and start very carefully pulling up that section, like cursing to himself. He does finally get it open, and you can see that there is another package sitting down there. It's not the only one. There are a few packages down there. It's obvious. It's actually pretty decent sized space down there. It looks like it could serve as a nice sized stash for all kinds of illicit goods. Not quite enough for like a person to get down there. Well, maybe a Volu could like curl up in there if they like really squeeze themselves in, but it'd be pretty uncomfortable. But yeah, there's a few different things in there. There's like a small wooden case where you can tell like the wood on the outside of it has been charred. There is another like wrapped like waxed paper package down there that's a little bit flatter but still square. There is effectively like a mason jar in there that's full of some kind of very like some kind of clear liquid. And there's actually a couple of those down there, fairly large in size. And you can see that it looks like there's fruit at the bottom of this. So
my
Sam,
venti sense is tingling.
I mean, Sam, you may have been around people who've done it. Eli, also, you're pretty sure it's like some kind of moonshine. Which there's not necessarily like strict alcohol regulations in Setsegia necessarily, but like they just don't want you to blow shit up. So you can illegally make alcohol by not having proper equipment or whatever. He's obviously stashing this for a reason.
Well, yeah. Look, I did a lot of research on moonshine for another campaign.
Yeah, we'll pretend that's what it was for.
Yeah, well, also because it's interesting, to be honest, for me. The first, like when you're making moonshine, the first, however, like percentage of it is you toss away because it has like a high concentration of acetone in it.
Yeah, it'll just kill you. It'll just straight up kill you.
Paint thinner. Yeah. So when he's like, this stuff will strip a boat or the paint off of a car or whatever, they're not joking. It's that means they probably didn't skim off the acetone.
Yeah.
So that's part of the reasons it's illegal. Is it is literally unsafe and can damage your body in irreversible ways, like blind you or straight up kill you because you're not supposed to drink acetone.
Yeah, big surprise, right? But
you're not really supposed to drink alcohol either. But I mean, it is a poison.
But you can see there's those down there, and there is what looks like a very small like cask, like oak looking cask. That's also down there. It's like shit on top is what I was talking about. I was talking about the flatter package. Just other stuff's just personal effects. Stuff I got from people I ain't supposed to have, but it's mine. I'm not selling it. When I open that up, I guess go ahead or fucking kill me. Your pick.
Any of it magical? She looks over at Eli.
Oh, I suppose I could do that. I walk up to behind my illusion, and then I dispel the illusion so it looks like it just is me standing there now to preserve the idea. And then I will cast Detect Magic.
Excuse me. Okay. You, Yep, so you cast Detect Magic, you start to examine these things. you can definitely detect the presence of some magical aura in this little hole. First round. Second round, you're getting a single aura. It is faint. And then give me your Knowledge Arcana.
Wonderful. There it goes.
Nice. Nice. Okay. The faint aura is definitely of divination, and it does seem to be coming off of the package that he's saying that these reagents or whatever are in. It is... honestly, if you hadn't rolled super high, you probably wouldn't even pick that out, because it's not as cohesive an aura as it should be. You don't get the impression that this is a, like, specific, like, properly bound and constructed magic item. Go ahead and give me your knowledge, your spellcraft real quick.
Snell pulls up now.
Spellcraft getting put up there.
Okay, 18. So obviously you're not like seeing the specific item right now, so you can't 100% identify the properties. Oh, I'll give you a second.
Go ahead, sorry, I was answering a question real quick. You're fine.
Yeah. So, obviously you're not handling the specific item, so you can't identify the properties. But you do get the impression that this is maybe a reaction to like a bunch of items with a similar magic potential being grouped together, like tightly packed. So there might be some type of magical effect if they were to be used as a catalyst or even like as a power component to a spell. But you don't think this actually has a proper magic item inside it.
Okay. Interesting. I will explain my findings to the group. Well,
that doesn't sound like what what we look out for.
Right. But there's a lot of like magical reagent stuff in here that like I definitely don't get, because I'm not necessarily, I don't use those things that often, like material components and stuff. I have some kind of knowledge of it because of my training, but I don't have as much experience with it since I don't need them. I just kind of wiggle my fingers.
Yeah, like I said, it's for some off-it folks. I guess they need them. Might be worth enough that I don't have to close my shop, so if you don't need it, I'd like to get this hidden again.
Yeah.
There's obviously other stuff in there too, but...
I just root around a little bit more just to make sure there's nothing like hidden archivey. Real quick, and then once I'm content with that, I'm like, he can keep it. Like, I'm not trying to steal this guy's stuff.
Rahala is not from the perception, is she?
She's not from there now.
Okay.
Part of her family is, and she's trying to go study there.
Ooh, yeah, look at that. Sweet 3.
I have a question about that, but yeah, go ahead. We'll handle it.
You don't find anything with a 9, assuming you're keeping that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna...
Would Rahala ever have talked about how technically there's spells that are illegal in the Caliphate?
I believe she has mentioned the Arcane Accords. Let me see real quick.
Because that shit doesn't matter here. I mean, that was a whole thing in another campaign that we had to really pay attention to. It was like, we can't cast some of these spells in public because that's technically against the law.
Yeah, I don't believe Setsegia is signed to the Arcane Accords at all. Second.
Yeah, fuck you.
Because they're so far away.
How you gonna invade us?
Sung by Ryata, Benhia, Hayoko, Delancha, Teshi, and parts of Sunguk. Yeah. Yeah, Delancha is part of them, but yes, Setsegia is not, and Gurga is not.
With that knowledge, could I figure out if these would be. I'm trying to think how to word this. Let's just say, are these illegal?
In the Caliphate?
Would these be used for illegal spells, or are they verbal, somatic? The ingredients.
Oh,
for
material.
the spell.
Material.
Thank you. Like I was hung up on the word. Would these be illegal materials?
Oh, you're asking him. He goes, dude, I don't know. Here, no. I mean, what? They don't get to tell us what to do over here. Which then Rahala will chime in and say, it sort of depends. He's right. They wouldn't be illegal here, but in the Caliphate itself, they could be, depending on the rank of the person using them, or if they're stationed in a country that is signed a part of the Accords. If it's over 3rd level, then you have to actually have an Arcanist rank in order to sanctioned cast those spells.
Because I know about the whole you're not allowed to cast some things, because Daunch is part of that. But I didn't, I wasn't really privy to spells when I lived there.
Of course.
Not a traditional way.
It's possible. I mean, we'd have to examine them to even have an idea of what spells they could be used for.
Well,
because they're still in a package.
Yeah. No, I don't want to make his life harder than it is, even though he tried to have us kidnapped or whatever.
He's just trying to turn us into for a bounty.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. That's still kidnapping.
Gets it.
Yeah. The dark underground criminal network bounty.
That, a certain somebody did, obviously.
What? But don't exonerate this man.
He goes, wait, what are you talking about, criminal? No, I heard about this from legitimate sources.
Do tell.
Did you quote around legitimate? Because
he goes, I think that. I mean, people I trusted at least. I mean, they were only telling. He pauses. Goes, they're only telling certain people, but I just figured it was because of the size of the bounty. I didn't even ask what you did.
I mean,
well, either way, you're standing here free.
Head tilt at him.
Because either way, you're standing here free. So, I guess it worked out. Wait, so you're saying this is like an under the table thing? This is like for real blood money?
Yeah, guards aren't looking for us, dude.
Heck, we work with the White Thrush.
Yeah, the White Thrush isn't looking for us. Yeah,
but they're shady as hell too. I just figured you guys were too much trouble for the guard.
Hey, they looked the other way when I took some harpy eggs. I think they were pretty cool.
He's like,
you're not.
That's not surprising to me. I mean, people are out for themselves sometimes, and those guys are secretive. I just thought maybe the guard didn't want to tussle with you. Could be a lot of collateral damage, that kind of thing. Holy shit. Okay. Well, hey, look, whoever you pissed off, that's, I guess it's not my business anymore.
Yeah, it's probably best to not... Oh, wait, never mind. I'm gonna stop now. Eli, was there anything else that, we needed from him? I think you're fine to put your things back.
No, just write up those instructions and make sure it's all good. Lummy, where's that package I gave you?
Oh, it's in my backpack.
Great. Take that out. Okay. You don't need to do anything else to this, do you? I hold the Esper up and to make it usable. Yeah.
Just hold up the whole box thing.
Yeah, the whole thing of Esper that we stole.
He turns fucking pale white. He's like, no, you can't have that one. Look, I just need to go to my workshop and I can get you the Esper. I just can't fill it here. Like, you can't have that one. You know who that belongs to?
I do. That's why I took
it. He goes, hey, I didn't try to kill you. You know what'll happen to me if that disappears?
Fair enough, but this is my insurance that you're going to give us the right thing. I didn't have to tell you I have this.
Yeah, I understand that. I don't have any reason to try to poison you or nothing. I mean, yeah, I'm pissed about the counter, but I'm not a murderer. I think they made that clear.
Right.
Holy shit! When did you? Fuck me. Okay, look, that stuff. Even if I dilute it, you're gonna have a problem.
Right. No, I don't particularly want this, but this is just to ensure compliance. If you would, we'll take you, we'll escort you, whatever you need to do to get all that prepped. I'll pay you with the diamond dust like we were going to per our arrangement. It's all good. Okay. And then I'll give you this back.
Yeah, that works out.
I'm going to take some of the sweet smelling stuff out of some of these jars, and I'm going to take a little bit of that's for me having to kick in your door.
The effort required to kick in your door requires compensation.
He's like, yeah, whatever.
I pull out mason
I may as well get
like,
robbed.
I'm like, that smells good.
Oh my god.
I make it look, it's a tiny bit. I'm taking like a tablespoon of stuff.
Yeah, I get you.
Like, it smells good. I take an equivalent of, like, make patchouli or whatever it's called. Was it patchouli? What's the weird herb stuff?
Potpourri.
Yeah.
Rahala, are you going to heal yourself? You said you got smacked really bad.
It'll be fine. I'm just honestly more annoyed than I am hurt at this point. Very specifically said I didn't want to be assaulted while on the job. It was not a thing I was supposed to have to be exposed to. In fact, I think I owe you a smack, she said, pointing to the guy. He's like, I didn't hit you, lady. Go find the guy who did. He goes, no, I don't feel like doing that. I think I want to hit you. Like, sure, I guess. Go ahead. Why not? Now that you're accepting, I don't really want it. Alright, fine. And then she just slaps him. Fuck! Okay, anything else that my pride needs to endure before we finish our business?
Give me your pants. No, no.
Sam over here.
Look, man.
Mugging people.
One of these days, a chaotic neutral type character. Just like, yeah. Stealing your shoes. Wait, we did Rin did that. Rin stole somebody's shoes.
I did steal somebody's shoes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Good times. Yeah.
Because they were nice
Anyway.
shoes.
Yeah.
They were nice shoes. You did not like him. So
Yeah.
you stole his wingtips. Cool. Alright, so you're going to let him go to his workshop and cook you some meth. I mean, Esper. Cool.
Yeah. Meth spur.
Okay. So, god damn it. It's fucking gnats. Anyway. Alright, anything else at the shop before you guys leave? Anything you're gonna try to snoop or sneak or anything like that on the way out the back?
Lamia wants to just keep an eye out just for specifically those hired men, because they might come back anyway. Who knows? Money is a great motive for a lot of things.
Sure. It is still crazy outside, so you can go ahead and roll perception. Five. Nice.
I'll keep that.
Okay.
And Lamia will say, the reason I brought up if someone was immune to poisons drinking the espers, because in this form, I am immune.
He goes, listen, lady, I don't know what that even
I wasn't
means."
talking to you. I mean, I was talking to my butt.
Oh, okay. Well, again, either way, I don't know what that means. There's a lot of different kinds of poison. I don't know which ones you're saying you're immune to. Okay, nobody else says anything. Cool.
Nope.
Yep, so you guys go out the back. You can see that little area where the bounty hunters were kind of waiting. It's not like the most comfort. It's like a patio, effectively. It's like partially enclosed. There is like a door and such to it, but it has that same like draftiness of like a kind of a bad add-on deck that isn't quite finished. So as soon as you get out there, like it's like you walk into the humidity, like the same humidity level as is in the direct rain is inside that little area that they were waiting in, with like a shitty little table over there. That where everything is like knocked over now because they came rushing through and then came rushing out. But eventually you get back into the excuse me, into the storm and start heading just like across the street over to a small other building, unmarked, kind of between two other ones. And he like jangles through with his keys, curses a few times, like drops them into the mud. Just, fuck me, god damn it.
You want me to kick it?
No, he's like screaming. And he starts to unlock the door, and you can hear a voice from the inside call something out, and he pauses. And then like somebody from the inside yells again from the inside, and you can hear like a woman's voice. Just says, you just hear a woman inside of the building just like, don't come in here with that bullshit. And he's like, Lahara? She's like, don't come in here with that bullshit. And he's like, opens the door, and you guys walk in, and you can see that there is a Vishkanya woman, with like, standing next to a coat rack that's got like her cloak and whatnot on it. She's dressed like somewhat warmly, and is like standing there holding a club, and is like kind of looking at the door even as he comes in with this like ready for some bullshit look on her face. She looks a little tired, a little bit, for lack of a better word, weathered, because going through all of this or whatever to get in here for whatever reason. And you can see that, yes, this is clearly some kind of alchemical workshop. And you can see like there's something boiling over in one corner, and there's like a couple of vents that are slightly opened or whatever. There's something like sizzling as like one of the corners kind of leaks or whatever, and it's like dripping on like a hot pan. But you can see mostly there's just containers. There's like a few herbs and things that are out that seem to be rehydrating and all sorts of shit like that, just stuff. But you also see there are a couple of cots in here. There's like the rack for cloaks that you imagine is probably supposed to be closer to the door, but may have been moved to use as a impromptu spear if needed. And you can see like there's a couple of chairs sitting in there, and there's like several books like stacked on the table in the corner. And he's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And she's like, "You need more venom, right? Who are they? Who are they?" And he's like, "They're customers." She's like, "You're not trying no shit, right?" It's like, "No, just stand over there." And she kind of glares at you, like moves aside as he like walks in. And you guys come in to get out of the rain. There's not like a proper mud room or anything, so like the floor is pretty dirty. And he looks up and he's like, "That's Lahara. She helps with the venom and stuff needed for Esper." And she's like, "I don't know nothing about no Esper." He's like, "She doesn't know shit about Esper, but whatever." She's like, "Is that another dancer or something?" He goes, "Yeah, sure." Closes the door. He's like, "They know anyway." And he walks over to like the table and starts pulling some stuff out. It's like, "I'd offer you seats. I got 2 chairs. Just stand or something, I guess. It'll take me a few minutes." She's like, "All right, well, I just wanted to get you your stuff and get out of here. I wasn't trying to stay." He's like, "Where are you going?" "You know, to the house. Weather's still shit out there, so may as well wait. She just kind of shrugs.
You gonna be walking alone?
She looks at you for a second and goes, I mean, I don't have to.
Do you want company on your way home?
Kind of company you want to pay for?
Oh, no, I was just...
Sam was like nodding at her.
God.
I was just, I guess, offering to guard you on the way home.
Oh, no, sweetheart. I can look after myself.
Fair enough.
They do this thing where they spit and it gets in your eyes and it sucks.
Mm-hmm. Mine can put you to sleep, too.
Oh, shit.
Rahalj goes, that's pretty special. I think that's what 1 in 10? Just, I don't know the math about it, but I know mine does it. Still pretty special. Oh god, that'd be so useful sometimes. And she's just nodding with like a smile on her face. Just, I don't mean anything nefarious, just people can be annoying. Keeps nodding.
Okay, this is gonna be a dumb question, but like, is there any way you could do it? I mean, like, spit in your own face to make yourself fall asleep? That would have been helpful during a few parts of the Naluxy phase of my life.
Same as like leaning back and like.
She goes, I don't make a habit of spitting in my own face, but no, we tend to be, immune to our own stuff and resistant to each other's. So,
yeah, that makes sense.
He's like, "Yep." You and he looks over. He's like, "You still need antivenom for clients?" And she's like, "Yeah, I need about 10." He's like, "All right." I'll get it to you after I help these guys out. And he's like over there mixing stuff up. You get hit with like a smell that's like very earthy, very sour. Kind of has like a yeastiness to it. As he's like burning something over there. And like pours a few things back and forth. But then he seems to like start to mix something into like a mortar and pestle. You can kind of hear granules like grinding together and whatnot. When you look over, you can see that it forms this like very like this iridescent dust. It's like multiple different colors and such to it. And he like leans way back for a second, like kind of lets it settle and keeps going for a minute. And he's like, okay, all right, so this should be. Well, he like scoops a little bit out, like seems to be rebalancing it. All right, that's 2 ounces. That might be a little much for you. It's 100 an ounce. Usually 1 ounce is like a full dose. For you, you're gonna want to split that up. I don't know how many times you're gonna be trying to use this stuff to figure out your stalker or whatever, but I figure 2 ounces, if you spread it out right, microdose, that'll get you maybe 10 uses.
Okay.
Does that sound like enough?
I think so.
Well, here, let me give you a bit more information. So, with what you want to do with this, you're not going to take it the way most people do. Usually I go and I'm going to dissolve it into either water or like a neutral alcohol of some kind. And then you would soak leaves, like herbs or something in it, right? Because the stuff smells awful. So you put it in, I like to use sage, just because there's a whole spiritual thing behind it. But Some people use marshmallow leaf because it opens up the lungs a little bit better and whatnot. But I usually use sage. You soak it in that for a long while, then you let them dry out, so all the water and stuff gets out of it, and the leaves are left infused with the esper. And from there, you can either smoke it, in a pipe or something, or if you're a crazy motherfucker, you just grind it up near your face, and it'll release the dust, and you inhale it. I wouldn't do it that way. Eventually, you'll start discoloring your fingers. It looks pretty obvious. But you guys are going to have to do it a little different. I've got some stuff that'll help you kind of low dose it, but you're going to need a dropper. You only want to use a little bit at a time. I've got some rice paper. You're going to put like a little drop on one, and you'll take that, right? Just tiny. And it's going to be really diluted. I will warn you, it still tastes awful. It tastes like how burning hair smells. But look, there's not much of a way to mask it. I guess you could eat it with something, but it's going to make whatever you're eating taste like shit too. But you should get some of those effects about 10 minutes at a time. I wouldn't do it more than once, maybe twice a day, if you want to mitigate any kind of lingering effects.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Look, the normal esper effects are about an hour, but if you take more ounces at once, it'll compound on itself. 2 will last 4 hours, and 3 will last 9. So why don't we do this? I'll get you an already diluted batch. It'll be 5 doses, okay? I'll get you that separate from the other ounce. The other ounce will be pure. I'll mix, I'll get you, the right dosage in like a canteen or something. You can just pour it in there and have it diluted yourself whenever you're ready to use it. But if you want to take it straight, because you need a longer effect, even though you're going to risk the negatives, you'll have that option.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I like the flexibility. We'll try and avoid that, though, of course.
Yeah. Just what you told me, I figured better to have the option, right?
You're not wrong.
Cool. Yeah, normally I'd up it a bit just for the hassle, and rice paper's cheap, but it's still a cost. But I'm not gonna silver and copper you here. We'll just call it 200, unless you want to pay for my counter. Then I'll throw this in for free.
Nah.
She's like, you mean that mahogany one? Wasn't that like 700? Yeah, especially if you don't shut the fuck up. What the hell? She's like, they were gonna ask anyway. Yeah, but it was like I was building up a joke. Whatever, man, just chill. You're not gonna want to pay for the counter. It's 200. Trying to make some levity in this bitch. Here she goes.
I'm considering just giving him both sheets of darkness. I know we were only going to trade the one straight up, but also screw this guy.
That'd be for the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be for the one. For the 1 ounce, that would just be the diluted. You'd have 5 doses.
Yeah. Okay.
He's unsubtly trying to upsell you to 2 based on what you told him.
Yeah, I get it. I guess we'll just buy what he's got. So I'll be like, I'll take what you've got, and I've got the 2 sheets here for trade.
Yeah, the 2 sheets will work. Yeah, I could probably offload that to those Caliphate guys when I show back up. You think they can fix my counter, like with magic or something?
There are spells that can fix broken objects, but I don't know if they can fix them from that broken. Depends on how good they are, I guess.
I mean, if you got a mahogany tree nearby, I can make it grow.
Yeah, I don't. I had to import this. Anyway, yeah, it cost a fight in a shop, I guess. Cool. 2 sheets for the 2 doses, then.
Yep.
Cool.
Look, I'm just saying you should invest in bamboo. Grows really quickly. It's really renewable.
Yeah, but it's, you can find bamboo, right? Like, it doesn't have a statement to it. This was imported. Like, you don't want to hear that. He, like, starts packaging up the stuff.
Yeah. Sam's like, oh, you want it because it's expensive. Yeah, but you're bitching because it's expensive.
Well, it's a statement for his shop to look more upscale, right?
Yeah, but also in this guy's defense, you want it because it's expensive and it looks nice. But then when it gets destroyed, you're allowed to be upset that your expensive, nice thing got destroyed.
Yeah.
It's not like he's complaining because it cost him money. He's complaining because it got smashed.
Yeah. It's like you didn't like bump into it with a steel-toed boot. There's a fucking... You cleaved it in 2. It is in 2 pieces now. And it doesn't look like there's 2 counters. It looks like you had 1 counter that got chopped in half. It's not like...
Sam's ass would be in there with bamboo, like, sheets, like, filling in the gap with, like, like how you would do like a hole in the wall or whatever, and then just painting that bitch.
Oh, that's probably what he's gonna do. But
yeah, they can't tell that part's bamboo.
Yeah, why does that part look different? Oh, it just grows like that. It's special.
That's sunflower seeds and ramen noodle with super glue, and I smoothed it out.
And you came in here before I got the second layer of shellac on it, so it'll look different tomorrow. But anyway, so yeah, you guys make the trade. You get Esper.
Yay!
You finally got your drugs.
The drugas.
Dergs. Where's my
Nimbus, bro? That is your tail. Sorry, he's bit his own tail.
Yeah, I get to do what I want with it. Now I'm showing it who's boss.
I grabbed his tail because he was whacking my trailer with it, like tail wagging. So I just grabbed it, and then he just goes like on the end of it.
Dude, I got it, Dad.
All right,
I got the robe tail.
All right, and then get the fuck out of here, Jesus. Okay.
He has Harley syndrome when it comes to his tail, where he tries to like chop stuff down from his tail.
Right. Okay, so you should now have the handout for Esper.
Hooray! Drugs.
Yeah, the dergs.
Okay, so we don't have dead air.
Hold on. No, you go ahead. Sorry, I was going to read it, but I was doing a thing.
The effect, 1 hour for each additional ounce consumed. Add 1 hour and multiply by doses, blah, blah, blah. Upon first inhalation... No. Ingestion, the user becomes staggered for 1 minute per dose taken. If the user is staggered by other effects during that minute, they instead become highly susceptible for the full duration. So, do they not become highly susceptible if they're not staggered again? During the time any false or...
Oh. I'm going to get rid of that. That was a earlier draft.
Okay. During the time any false and descriptive statements presented as memories become vividly real in the user's mind. The successful will save DC 18, negates each implanted memory, but on failure the memory becomes permanent, even if it's proven false later. Gotta love that. That's special. Shape changer detection. If the user interacts with a shape changer, for example, polymorph, lycanthrope, during the drug's effect, they automatically recognize its true form for the remainder of the hour. But must make the same DC 18 will save or lose this revelation at the end of the time period. They will just believe it's a hallucination. Magical concealment, like invisibility, can still obscure the target. A low dosage takes about 1 minute to kick in. If seen or otherwise interacting with a shape changer, automatically get a DC 18 will save to recognize its true form. Against certain shape changers, you get a +2 on this saving throw. Certain shape changers. Interesting. It lasts 10 minutes, and you take a -10, not 10, -1 to wisdom for 24 hours. If another dose is taken within that 24 hours, convert the penalty into damage. Fair.
And to be clear, there is automatic ability score damage factored into drug use. I have left that blank because none of you have any experience with it. And also the actual DC for addiction, which can happen. It can even happen with the low dose. I've literally lowered the DC by 5. So a much lower DC.
Well, that's good.
Cool. But yeah, you have 2 doses of it. You have, to be clear, you have the diluted version, the low dose version, which is 5 uses total. And then you have the pure one that you can turn into low dosage very easily if you want to. You can't turn it back though. Once you dump the other ounce into the water or into the solution and mix it up, then it's low dose. And to be perfectly clear here, there is a big difference between the two when it comes to the shape changer recognition. A full dose, you just automatically see their true form. There's no check, you just see it. It's whether or not you retain that information at the end of the hour that is in flux to whether or not you make the save. In the low dose, you make a save to see if you see through to their true self.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I imagine we're gonna go back to the inn.
I mean, yeah. Now that we got what we came for. Yep.
All right, so you break off from there and get back into the storm and head back towards the inn.
We gave back the drugs that are obviously for the Dorat family, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you did.
I did, yes. Because I told him once he got us what we needed, I would give him them back.
Okay. So. Rahala does seem disappointed in that, but doesn't make a fuss.
It'd be just like us killing them if we didn't.
Yeah, I ain't trying to get this man murdered.
As much as I dislike
assuming
him.
He's telling the truth.
Yeah.
And I ain't a big fan of him myself.
Mm-hmm.
Rahal, I'm so sorry that happened.
You all right?
I got hit.
Yeah, and that you were involved in something dangerous. I didn't think this would be dangerous.
Oh, it's Aesper.
Going to get drugs from a shady operator who sells something illegal and dangerous and works for Modric. Come now. I knew there was risk involved. I just don't like being the subject of physical violence as much as you all seem to. How was I the only one who got hit?
My hand hurts a little.
Which Eli also got hit, but she didn't see that because she got hit and was focused on the guy threatening her.
Hence why I shrugged.
Look at the outline of his face on my hand.
Oh, you poor baby. But yes, I'll be fine. thankfully, we're using whatever those weird clubs were. Don't even know if it will bruise. I bruise easily.
Let me look. Where'd he hit you? Was it in the face?
Oh, the shoulder. She like would have flinched away from it, right?
Yeah. I'd give a quick like thumbs up, like, is it all right if I look at this woman's shoulder?
And she just rolls up her sleeve.
to Hattie, that is. But yeah. I'm gonna do a heal check. See if I can tell it's how banged it is. 26.
Yeah. You can see it probably... It might have like a slight bruise or something. It's like very red and whatnot at the moment, but it doesn't look like there's a... It doesn't look too bad at all.
Oh no. Yeah, I better take care of this rat now.
It clears up immediately.
There we go.
Gonna have to amputate? No.
It was gonna scar. It was gonna scar her awfully bad.
Oh.
I want a sense mode of that.
It didn't even break the skin. What do you sense motiving? Like, it can't scar. There was literally no cut.
I'm bluffing. Hey, okay, yeah, that sounds about right.
Wait, I might fail that.
No, there was internal bleeding. It was gonna be an internal scar.
Technically, with a bruise, that is a kind of internal bleeding. But.
Yeah, it's the cell damage.
Yeah, he's fibbing.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
Sam,
I just
don't
wanted to get
tell
some
Rahal
rolls.
of that.
You just want to get some more rolls out, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Rahal is just kind of rolling her eyes.
Yeah.
She might never want to come anywhere with us ever again if you do shit like that.
I think she.
Yes, ever again. Because I always want to go with you when you're doing dangerous things.
Yeah.
All right. Alright, so
she is healed. You're back at the inn. Where, correct me if I'm wrong, you haven't caused any kind of collateral damage at this inn. Yes?
No.
As
Not
of
at
yet,
this
we
end.
have not.
Okay, so I think things are okay.
look, man, we've been so good through this campaign on not doing shit at like taverns or like trying to steal from people.
For the most
And
part,
heck,
yeah.
at this inn, we ate the we had that nice little feast.
That's true. You did.
Yeah, that is true. That was the thing. You're right. I was gonna say in comparison to our previous campaign, Panda, but maybe not in general. Like I wouldn't say that we've done good at not causing collateral damage like a normal citizen, but compared to the previous campaign, we're freaking saints.
Yeah.
I've only dove through one window.
I mean, the number of battle had to be one.
You have only dove through one window in this campaign. You did also leap through a curtain of fire, though. That was
fun.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. That was during a fight, though. That was in a cave.
Yeah.
I want to say that, like,
Sam, yeah, I'm pretty awesome. I know.
Look, man, Scarletto was jumping through a lot of stuff. He had high acrobatics and athletics.
Oh my lord!
No
jump and grab onto the statue, then jump off the statue and stab a guy. Yeah, sure, that sounds cool.
Yeah, very few have been karate chopped in the throat, which is just kind of
nice. So were we gonna stay here for the rest of this night, or I imagine we did this relatively midday-ish.
Yeah, roughly, because you knew it was going to take a while for them to open if they were going to open any kind of shop.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be as fast. So you're looking like it's a little bit before noon by now.
Oh god, I forgot what I read weather when we got here, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I think it was. It's not tail off.
Up. Yeah, it's
tomorrow?
not clearing up today. It'll clear up. It'll start clearing up tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So were we going to stay here today?
You already paid for rooms.
Yep.
For
I think
I think that's a reasonable question since we were just attacked by bounty hunters. So I do think that's a reasonable question.
Oh wait, yeah, you paid for them for the previous day. You hadn't paid for them today, so that is a fair question. So
I'm gonna put it out there that we've been on the road quite a bit.
Yeah, and it is a 3-day journey. So if you did leave in the morning, you'd be in this weather still for the first leg of it, and then slightly less this weather is what you'd be camping in. For our viewers who, if you've never camped in a like torrential fucking downpour, it is not the kind of thing that you look forward to doing twice.
I did that this past April, where it rained nonstop all 3 days I was camping.
Yeah. And I bet I bet every morning you woke up going, maybe it'll stop. Please? Just fuck.
Baby.
I can't attest to the rain, but I can attest to heat.
Ooh, yeah. But yeah, it's
going to sleep in like 80-degree weather and waking up in 80-degree weather with the highs being hundreds sucks.
Yeah, especially with our fucking humidity. Hell no. But
we're next to a river.
It sucks. So it makes sense to be like not wanting to. Even for a native, it's like why would I travel in this? Like it's worse than normal. Like a light rain for like a native Setsi is like clear weather. They're like, bro, it's barely sprinkling. I don't even need my cloak today. It's like, but you're gonna get wet. Yeah, you can't stop it. What are you talking about? But like this is like, oh, it's actually raining. it's like when it's like being in Oki and like it being windy. You know, it's like, yeah, this is a normal windy day, and people are like, wow, oh my god. It's like, yeah, no, it's flat here. Like this is normal. The wind happens. But then it's like really, really windy. You're like, I should probably go inside. Yeah. I don't want the dog to blow away.
I think that stop sign's bent.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, we'll still be walking in it, but it's like, yeah, we should probably go to like inside a building. You know, we should be on our way somewhere.
Look, when I start having to do my patrols at work and I start going like more at an angle to lean into it.
Yeah.
When I have to lean into the wind to make progress, that's when I'm
you gotta be more aerodynamic to just make progress. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, all that to say, makes sense. You guys are staying another night. That is, I believe you guys were in 2 rooms, so that's 4 silver. That'll get you a meal and room and board, effectively.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. No super fancy meal today. Just whatever they're gonna have, because that was all the ingredients, and you guys had like, I mean, you basically had appetizers for dinner, so you effectively each had like 9 or 10 of these big ass dumplings at least. Basically, a lot of ingredients got used. But cool. So you guys are able to stay there. You can hear the weather kind of going crazy outside. All that shit's going on. But anything between you all for that day, or the next morning, anything like that?
Sorry for another day delayed for Brong.
Not the worst. We're close, and we have made good progress. I understand it is necessary to rest sometimes. Your builds are more fragile than mine.
You are not wrong, Brong.
Sam throwing up his hands.
I'm built different.
What do you
What are
mean?
you talking about?
You throw your hands up and he's like, oh, what did you need to reach? Like, picks you up.
Oh, Brong, that was a good one.
He does not understand.
Oh no!
He does not realize it was
worse.
A joke.
It's worse that he doesn't know. Oh no!
Patty is laughing at you, but He eventually will put you down and say, my mistake. I do not
You
mind.
didn't even grunt. That was no strain.
You are not heavy.
That's good, Sam. Means you're well built.
Wiry. No. Yeah. I think I said that as Scarletto a ton as well. I don't
yes.
remember. Yeah.
Bones are not as heavy.
Definitely did say that you were wiry a lot.
But he doesn't seem to mind too much. He actually seems, I mean, for wrong, he seems like he's in a pretty good mood. Any other RP before we move on?
Should we be keeping an eye out tonight? I mean, I am going to do that anyway, but, like, I guess I want to know if you want me to wake you up and rotate like we do when we're on the road.
Oh, I think the answer to that should probably be yes.
Okay.
Okay. So you're actually gonna like keep watches.
Yeah.
Sam, do you also keep a watch, or are you going to protest and sleep?
Kind of goes against the whole rest thing I had planned for tonight, but yeah, well, I'll do it.
You think thou doth protest too much, Samuel? Which normally means that, you know, you're protesting so much because it's true, but in this case, I think you're just whining.
He isn't even protesting. He was just like, okay,
Yeah,
guys, fine, I'll do it.
It's too much.
Are you serious?
Been on the road this whole
I'm not
time.
serious.
Just got a new relationship.
Not
It's
even
like,
a little bit.
Hey, this is a place you could actually like clean up. You know, this would be kind of a good time. Oh, I guess we're taking watches.
There's only two rooms. We're only renting 2 rooms.
Well, I mean, you can still find private time.
That's true.
But not now.
Why is the gauntlet of the ice bear on the doorknob of the room? That's weird. Oh God! My eyes.
Is it for climbing?
I mean, you could even say, "Hey, no, I'm not doing it tonight. I'll do it every other night, but not tonight."
Yeah, he probably wouldn't.
That's true.
Because it's a team effort.
Yeah, which is totally fair. Cool. But anyway, so you guys are hanging out there. You kind of have the whole rest of the day, so I don't know. I don't know how this group tends to do that. Some of you are variably sociable. Do you like hang out in like the main like kind of common area of the inn, where there's like some tables and whatnot, and like you know where people eat and where people tend to like socialize? Do you mostly stay in your rooms, away from motherfuckers, and just amongst yourselves? Like, how do you actually pass the time? You have several hours.
That's a good question.
Considering how she looks right now and all that jazz, Lamia is not as sociable as she normally would be. So she pretty much stays in the rooms, or, you know, outside the rooms, just chilling.
Fair. Getting that from the whole group before I proceed, so.
Yeah, Sam likes hearing stories, but he also is one of those guys of like, there's always something to be done on the farm. So some part of the time he'd just go do extra care on all the animals, like give them a good brush, give like, you know, really get that hammered out, because we're also getting a good rest of like not being on the road, so they would deserve it as well. Take time to, you know, like pick hooves, do stuff like that. Like, oh, how long have you had this rock, dude? Like, come on. You know?
You take some time, probably like up till dinner, you know,
Yeah.
taking care of the animals and such. Okay.
Yeah.
Hattie would probably join you in that.
Talking to them, talking to her, talking to them. Now speak with animals, just normal, like
yeah, just normal person to animal talk.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to spend time. And then what about Eli?
Poo. I'll probably.
He's in the bathroom the whole time. He's in the bathroom the whole time. He said poo. He ate something bad.
No, we might get ghost toilet again.
No,
ghost toilet part 2.
Say that.
Please, no. Anyways, I'm gonna spend most of my time probably just in the room, recharging my social battery after having to deal with all of the stuff we had to deal with today. Because as much as Eli is a very affluent, social, and amicable guy, it does drain you after a bit.
Fair. Okay. So he just chills in his room for now. Okay. Okay. The poll ended. I was like, what the hell just happened in the chat? Cool. So you guys, or not the poll, the ad. There was an ad playing and then it ended, so it shrunk. All right, so none of you are like hanging out in like the common area, really. Cool.
Not until dinner. So
same. So is it the same whenever you take your meals? Like, do you take your meals up to your room, or do you eat in the common area?
Lamia would eat in the common area. She would feel weird that, oh no, the food was brought here, so I will eat here.
Okay.
Sam would also eat in the common area. Eating food in your room is weird, and I was shunned against his upbringing. Unlike me, when I moved back in with my parents for a little while.
What about, I was like,
no, I just eat in my room.
Under the stairs, or how does Eli do his food?
I just stay in my room.
Oh, okay. So you guys don't.
You can see me not eat my broccoli.
You guys don't really see much of Eli. Yeah. He's just chilling in his room. You also notice you don't see Yvain.
Oh. Okay. So Lamia will bring up.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, that's good. At dinner, Lamia will bring up with Sam. Hey, have you seen Eli at all today?
Have I?
Well, you saw him earlier today.
I mean,
when you guys were all
in the past 24 hours, yes.
Yeah. After that, it's like you've probably been in the room or whatever, seen him in there, that kind of thing. But
yeah, I'm not making myself scarce. I'm just not going out into the common areas. Really,
I think he's
if
up
you guys
there.
Pass through or come by. I'm making myself available to people.
Okay.
Yeah, when I went to go get my extra horse brush, I think it was up there. He was up there, so my spare.
Okay, I was just making sure he didn't disappear.
Yeah, no,
he's in there, just hanging from the ceiling like normal.
Perfectly fine.
Yes. By his toes, yes.
Just imagine somebody gripping onto a 4x4 from the ceiling with their toes, just full ninja.
No, it's just like he's just like has his head stuck to it. It's like
yeah.
Or it's like when you rub your head with a balloon and just like his hair is just floating up. Hi guys.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you while you were saying we don't see Yvain until dinner time.
Yeah, well, if this is before dinner, that's fine. Or right as it starts. He doesn't appear right away.
Okay, yeah, that would have been right as it started.
Okay. So you watch somebody bring one of the plates up over to the room where Eli's at. But you guys start getting served. It's like a very simple stew, very hearty, very warm. It's kind of nice because as humid as it is, and even with like a hearth going and whatnot in this building with several people, there's still like some chill to the air in different spots. When people aren't moving around a whole lot, especially upstairs, like up by the rooms and whatnot. Like the heat rises, so you get warm spots and cold spots. So it's kind of nice to have the like internal heat from the soup and broth and whatnot. Cool, but you get that. Any other RP between you, or were you guys just chit chatting?
How are the animals doing, Sam?
Better now. think we need to put more alfalfa in Shetla's diet because she seems a little gassy. And, for some reason, Nick's kept bugging me. I think he was trying to eat this jar of herbs that I stole from that dude. I mean, traded. The cost of a slap. I don't know.
Nick's likes apples, remember?
Yeah, I know. But I think he's also a drug addict. I think we need to have an intervention.
Well, I'm certain if you told Eli that, Eli would agree.
Nix, we love you, and we're all here because we love you.
He's not a drug addict. He's just forceful. And
it could have been the apples that I had in my bag. It could have been them too. But
he was trying to eat your backpack, and he will if you let him. That's why I had to keep moving it. He's eaten one before.
Backpack?
Whose backpack was it?
Don't tell Eli. I replaced it already. Plus, it was a long time ago. I was new at it.
Like the whole thing, or like half of it?
No, but like a lot of it. And so I got really good at, walking him around and whatnot so that he could go to the bathroom, so that Eli didn't see him poop out parts of a backpack.
Yeah, I was going to already say, there's buckles and stuff on there.
No, he didn't eat the buckles. I would have taken them to someone. Just the leather parts. Which are still not good for you, but they really wanted the apples in there.
Do you think Nix is part goat?
No, I think he is just a horse that really likes apples. And he's very brave.
Oh, you mean a hoat?
Oats are not a thing. Don't tell Lamia that. She'll believe you.
I will.
Or a gorse.
No, a hoat sounds better. But if those were real, they'd be terrifying.
Yeah, dude, a horse is already pretty bad in theory.
Yeah, a little bit.
A goat horse is way worse.
Mm-hmm.
There's a level of ornery that you don't need the ornery DNA in a horse.
No. All right, it's eating the garden. You gonna stop it?
As someone
you fucking are you kidding me?
Loves goats for no real good reason other than I just have fond memories of goats. A goat that is any larger than a goat actually is would be a menace. They're already a menace.
Mountain goats are terrifying.
You would have to literally chase them off with fire. Of shit that you didn't want them getting into. They're eating the herb garden. You're like, get the torch. He's not gonna run from nothing else, and I ain't trying to move him with my hands. Yeah. No, those are not a thing. Okay, so you guys are chatting about that, and finally the door opens, and you see Yovane come in with 2 cloaks on, which, like you've usually seen him when he's traveling, and you see what is clearly a member of the guard is outside the door, and he's just like, "Oh, thank you so much for escorting me." And he's like, "Yeah, no problem. Yeah, have a good day." Pulls the cloak over and heads back out. Door closes. And Yovane takes off the cloaks and such in the little mudroom. You can see, it's waving them out and looks around for a moment and waves at you.
Lamia will wave back.
Then you hear him mutter something, and when he shakes his cloak out, and then or his 2 cloaks, and folds them over one arm and comes in, and they're dry. And he'll walk over and say, "All right, I think finishing touches are done on the gloves. Oh yes, a bowl over here, please. I think the finishing touches are done. I just need to add a bit of pizzazz to them. Just some artistic elements. Did you want any, I don't know, embroidering or a name or anything into them before they're done?"
That's for you, Sam.
I know, I'm thinking.
Okay.
That's his thinking face.
Okay. Lamia would have been like, "Oh, you're not going to make them sparkle?"
No. I don't think sparkling gloves for climbing would be... I suppose some might want them bedazzled, but Sam doesn't strike me as the type.
You're probably right.
Wait, you can make them shiny? Certain materials can add a bit of luster to them, and take a bit of extra time, but a bit of luster dust and whatnot, some nacre. Be quite easy to do, really. Just getting it to bond with the leather is the tough part, but that's where the magic comes in. It can be done, in short.
That is a good question. Do they have glitter in this universe?
No. not the way...
Because I think glitter is like purely a plastic product. I don't think glitter exists in real life. Or not real life, in like...
I wish it didn't exist in real life. Yeah, no. What he's like, talking about is...
stuff like diamond dust is pretty glittery, but yeah.
Yeah, like he's talking about like nacre being like the inside of like oyster shells and whatnot has that like pearl to it, like mother of pearl, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I guess you could. I guess that would work kind of. I guess any kind of shiny gemstone in a powdered form that would catch light would be a glitter.
Exactly.
Would also be like sandpaper though. If you were to like glue it to something, you're like, yes.
It would have a very coarse texture.
Like the only thing I can think of, which is stupid, would be have left on the right glove and right on the left glove. That way, if anybody tries to steal my gloves and use them, they get fucked up for a second.
Oh, God.
What's wrong with his hands?
Like, wait a minute. Like, put them on backwards or upside down. So you're like, oh, shit.
Kind of what I was thinking.
Oh, ooh. Misleading. But no. Because I think I was going to use these. I wasn't going to give these gloves away, right? I think. I'd have to remember.
I don't believe,
because I think they were very similar. They were very similar to the gloves of the ice bear stuff.
They are different, and they don't. Since they don't have the boots with them, they don't have the additional thing. They are. I think I sent you the item. They're basically gloves of climbing and swimming, so you get a +5 bonus to athletic checks to climb or swim.
And I think these aren't technically weapons, so I can just have them on.
Correct. They're a hand slot, so you can't wear them and the ice bear claws at the same time because they're both hand slot magic items.
Yeah. But the gloves of the ice bear also count as spike gauntlets. They
interfere. Yeah, they actually interfere.
So I can't use a weapon with those. Yeah, I think I was just going to keep them then. Because I think it's one of those things that I can just also loan out the claws of the ice bear because they don't really acquire anything super fancy to use.
Nope. You can always use them if you need the spider climb thing, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, nothing other than,
But do you mind a suggestion from me, Sam?
Sure.
What about the symbol of the soon-to-be you-know-who and Mr. Gaia on the other one?
I did think about that for a second, to be honest. Yeah, I have this symbol. I'll pull out. I think I have the one of Mr. Gaia, but I also pull out the other one that I got.
Okay. You take that, or that you basically drew up once you saw it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And says, yes, I recall. This is Mr. Gaia, and this one is.
You'll find out in a couple months, or however long in the future is what they told me.
Yeah, it could possibly be years.
Yeah.
The future.
I mean, I imagine it might be years, actually, because it can't be easy to form a second moon.
It's so full of stories, this group is. You've
Nobody else
this
can probably hear me, I think.
Second moon. We can hear you.
Oh, yeah, sorry. My connection was unstable, so I just started talking.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody was frozen. I was like, yes, here I am by myself again, with the members frozen in ice. But I am still here. But yeah,
I heard you say no one else can hear me, I think, but your mouth didn't move, so I was like, the hell? Like, get out of my head. But he says,
Sorry, what a funny thing to do if you learn telepathy. Nobody else can hear me, I think.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, the symbols, second moon. Yeah,
says, yes,
extra moon.
I can do that easily. Yes, it should only take a little bit of stitching and some other things. Then I'll get them fitted, and they'll be right as ready. It'll be probably tomorrow morning. I'll have them done. He does look tired.
How are you stitching them, Yovane?
How am I? What do you mean?
Well, if you have
it's called an... Sorry, go ahead. Didn't mean to.
If you have the tools, I might be able to help you with that. I'm actually pretty adept now at handling stuff with clothing and such.
Oh? Well, I suppose if you want to help with the end fittings and such, it's mostly done, to be honest with you. I've already... Oh gosh, I wish I had asked before. I'd already gotten the gloves themselves together, but... yes, they could use a few other touches. I'm sure you could be handy at that if you know what you're doing. And if you say you do, I believe you. But that will come in the morning. I'm exhausted. Put a little bit extra time in it today. Once you can see the light, at the end and all, it's hard to stop working until you start getting the shakes. I haven't eaten in proper
yeah, that
amount of
must
time.
Been awful for you.
It can be, but I'm certainly Stu here will do just fine. They say hunger's the best spice, so this will be plenty spicy for me.
Rosemary is the best spice, first of all.
Rosemary's an herb.
Okay, technically true.
Good sir.
I figure spice is something you add to food, but whatever.
I suppose you could bastardize it that way, but if flavoring, sure. But no, rosemary deserves more respect than to be lumped in with spices. They are different for a reason. I don't put one above the other.
It's something you probably know that I probably don't. Like, what constitutes a spice? What is a spice?
I was literally thinking that myself. I was like, wait, I also think rosemary is a spice.
In cooking, spices are dried seed, fruit, root, bark, or other plant substance used for flavor or colored food. That's an AI answer, by the way. I know. Thanks, Google.
You can put a minus AI at the end of your question, and it will take away the AI question.
You can also just type
skip it.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Or you
spices and herbs are defined as plant-derived substances that add flavor to any dish. So I guess in theory, if you dry rosemary, it's still technically an herb, but I think it
is a spice
as an herb and a spice. Yeah.
But yeah, it's the like. It's more specifically an herb, right?
Yeah, it's like the difference between a vegetable and a fruit,
saying.
like a not vegetable, but a plant.
Yes.
Yeah, vegetation, and then you have like specifically like, oh, what's a vegetable? Carrot. No, carrot's a tuber.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
yeah, you can get more specific.
What the hell's a vegetable? A plant is a vegetable. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Eventually, he gets brought his food and he starts to eat. Which he looks tired, but he clearly starts to feel better as he's eating. And you see actually two other travelers come in. One of which has they come in, they have like a pretty nice cloak, as you can see. They take it off, they're actually dressed fairly nice, not like it's not like, oh, that's a noble or whatever, but like pretty nice traveling clothes underneath, as they come in and such, and they come over. The second person with them, like kind of walking ahead, goes up to the counter, clearly starting to like negotiate for rooms and whatnot. The well-dressed man He looks around for a moment and like kind of spots a table kind of near yours, gives you guys a quick nod, takes a seat, and eventually the person who was like getting the rooms and stuff kind of runs out. And shortly thereafter, an Avarok like ducks in. It's not Verbrong. Verbrong is in there with you because he's eating.
Point.
And like it kind of like ducks in, obviously like carrying a lot of bags and like equipment and stuff. Just like kind of like shuffles in a little bit, and the person who like ran out clearly to get them is like kind of running beside them. It's like up this way as they're like trudging through. And this Avarok is a woman, but just kind of ignores you and just keeps walking past. You say up this way, they go upstairs, and they're clearly making their way to a room.
Sam is doing this thing where he's just
Verbrong kind of like narrows his eyes. Just following.
Yeah, I haven't seen many of her.
No, it's not common. She should feel the same call I do.
I was going to ask that.
Oh, that's a thing happening to everybody right now? I thought that was a you thing.
I don't think it is. I'm only one man. Perhaps I can make a difference, but...
You're a lot of man, just saying.
I'm only one of my kind.
Oh.
If what is happening is big, we will need many. I will confirm when she appears again.
I agree
Let us
with
know
that,
if you...
Verbrong.
Sorry, go ahead.
I said I agree with that, Verbrong. And then you were saying...
Yeah, let us know if you need any assistance with that. If
Go ahead.
if she's not too if her friends are unwilling to let you talk to her. I don't know. I know. Remind me. Slavery bad here, right?
Yes.
Slavery bad.
Yes, slavery bad here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's no like actual like proper indentured servitude, any of that kind of stuff. Avarok are just frequently still treated in ways as like second class, just not as openly in most places.
Yeah, because I don't know if they'd get like, you don't get to talk to my Avarok. Like, I don't like the way you said my.
Yeah, there are people like that, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm just trying to let my intention be known that, like, hey, if you need me to go to distract or be a decoy, I'm down.
He nods, seemingly appreciative. As you guys are like actually finishing that up, the well-dressed man at the other table is kind of like brushing himself off a little bit, looking back at the door, and kind of blows into his hands a little. Then he'll look over and say, "Oh, good sir." Like, seeming to refer to Verbrong, who just kind of looks at him. He says, I don't mean to be presumptuous. Are you heading north? Verbrong just nods at him. Says, business in the capital? Verbrong just stares at him. Like, you guys have been around him enough that you know, like, he just doesn't want to give out that much information. He's probably not going to answer that question. Says, perhaps you don't know. He looks down at, like, I guess Sam, you'd be the one probably looking over at him.
Yeah, because I've been kind of like, look, I'm thinking I have Verbrong on one side and Hattie on the other, so never mind. As much as I like the actual other player characters, I have my friends.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair.
But
I've been hunting down Verbrong and so on. You know, I'll be like, yeah, we're our party's headed towards the capital, thereabouts.
Was it a... I suppose I'll just come out and ask it. Your Avarok friend, is he feeling any particular pull that direction?
I think that's more of a question suited to him. I look up at him. I kind of go. I kind of give a short nod of like, if I say something, or
he just gives you a nod, and then looks away. Like you can tell he's just trusting you with the conversation. He doesn't want to engage.
Yeah, it's something that he felt a while ago. His homeland stuff.
Yeah.
Is that
okay?
Is that the same stuff going on? I saw your companion a while ago.
Yes. Maka hasn't been making too big of a fuss of it. We were already going to the capital, but she has been acting strange. Some odd requests here and there, and then refusing to talk about it, so I wasn't sure if it was just her, or maybe it was more than that.
Can I do a sense motive to, make sure he's being sincere?
Sure.
I'll keep that.
Yeah, you get the hunch that like he hasn't really said anything untruthful or anything. Like he's been being honest. He's obviously like reserving details and things because like you guys are strangers and you're not gonna sit here and talk your ear off with like everything. But you can also sense a bit of frustration, like seemingly at this subject matter, not like at Sam or at Varbrong. Just like this whole subject, he's kind of annoyed at having to like dig into it, but he needs to anyway.
So she your porter?
Oh, yes, Maka has she's been a servant of our hearth for some time. It's mostly been fine until recently. Avarok, as long as they're treated well, can live quite a long time. So, she's been around since before I have. But I'm responsible for her safety and well-being, and in her own way, she's responsible for mine. I would trust her sword arm more than my bow at this point.
Yeah, they're one of the best allies you can have when the going gets tough. I'll tell you that right now.
Yes, certainly so. But I'm sure you've experienced it. It's a bit precarious on the roads, how people are. You have to make your presence known sometimes, that they're not just around by themselves. It can get messy.
When you're trapped in a barn with a zombie and you just gotta punch it out, I trust my brother up here. I kind of give him a slap on the arm more than anybody else. I'm engaging.
A zombie?
What? Sorry, sometimes I just say too much, but
Yes, Sam, sometimes you do.
He like turns his chair towards you. So he's like fully facing his. You've run into an undead? I hope you rid the world of that scourge. You can't have them just walking around.
Fun fact, I've run into more than one. In different places.
Is that a fun fact?
Yeah, the skeletons were undead.
Undead.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. You're right.
Also, the zombie at my cottage in the woods where nothing bad's ever happened and it's totally not haunted.
Yeah. But did you actually say that in character? You've read more than
no,
one?
not all of that.
Okay.
I'll explain it to also the viewers of or listeners at this point. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, there's been more than once. There's a reason I have undead as a favorite enemy.
Yeah. So what do you say in response to him, just to bring it back in character?
I go, oh yes. There's I understand that there is a inherent, what's it called, where it's a bad thing because they don't represent the process of
the cycle,
rebirth. Yeah, the cycle. Yeah. But I see it in a better worded way than that I can come up with.
That's fine. No, it's good work getting rid of them if you see them. I've never had the displeasure of encountering one, but I'd like to think I would do the same.
They don't smell good.
Or get Maka to do it.
Definitely trust my brother up here with that. To have my back in any situation, whether it be any kind of 8-ank or anything.
Brother, you
I like my brother.
Look Avar.
No.
Guy doesn't deal in colloquialisms, apparently.
He says, "Oh, then by covenant more than blood."
Oh,
yeah. Respectable.
The whole phrase. Even though family is really important to me.
Respectable. I can see you're not from here, but do you have a hearth? You technically don't have a hearth, but
my nearest kin over in this area would be the
Bertsag.
I was like something Sag. I forgot the first part. The Bertsags. They're down south of southeast of Saigon. Southeast, southwest,
west. Yeah, they're much
west,
west,
southwest. Yeah. I said east because they are east of me now. But yeah.
Which you actually, funny enough, don't know their hearth name. You just never ask, which makes sense because it's not your culture. You don't remember that kind of stuff. He says, I haven't heard of that hearth, but if the family to you, then perhaps you're close enough. Well, if you are in the country long enough and made part of its culture, perhaps you would have your own. It would make sense. It's pretty rare that Alvarak are included in one's hearth. Maka is in ours.
Oh, good. Sorry, Sam is like the kind of thing that he's been like, yeah, he's my friend. Like how about you? Yeah, are they your friend too? We're all friends here, right?
Mm-hmm. I can tell.
yeah. Because first of all, I would call Verbrong my bro. Mm-hmm. I want to say, in a certain place of intolerance, you call the wrong person your bro or brother or friend, you get some reactions from people.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't. He just well, he reacted, but in a like.
Yeah.
Oh, let me try to figure out what you mean exactly.
Like, what do you mean? Like, because y'all don't look related. Yeah. First of all, you don't know what I am. Second of all,
that's why he said you don't look Avar, because you could. He could literally be your brother, depending on how things happen. So
it is true.
Yeah, he's from he's a distant cousin. He's from the Big Bean family.
Big Bean.
The Big Beans.
Boy.
Yeah. Those are the larger bean family.
Yeah.
Macro beans.
Macro beans.
But
sorry.
Yeah, he says
tangent.
He says, she's part of our hearth. It's has been for some years now. Before I started to form memories, though, I don't know. It's tough to get her to, I suppose, feel like she's truly a member of the hearth itself. She seems more comfortable when given orders and that type of thing. I suppose it just is how it is.
Well, some people are just kind of like that.
A product of their environment.
There is that, too, as a possibility. But I don't really have much interactions with much Avarok besides Varong here, and he seems to work fine. This is very rude. I'm sorry, Varong. He seems to work fine, with what he wants and such like that.
I'm different,
he says.
Yeah, you're built different, buddy.
Which gets the dude's attention. He kind of looks up because Varong hasn't spoken in a minute. And he says,
I was forced to seek out what I wanted on my own. The choice to stay and be complacent was taken.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry that happened to you, but perhaps it worked out for the better. You have good company now.
I do. A question for you. If Maka needs to leave your service, is she free to do so?
What? Why would she need to leave?
You got this, buddy. I give my pat.
Hey,
or you want me to get it?
Out of game, wasn't it kind of common knowledge that Avarok eventually try and make their way to that island?
Not if they're in, service to someone, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then never mind.
They usually, once they've got, a safe place, they usually will stay there until those people die or something else happens. But it is otherwise understood that, if they're just kind of left to their own devices, they will start heading that way.
So I guess is them eventually heading that way, is that different from feeling a pull to the island, or is that the reason they eventually head that way is because there's a pull?
It's the second, the latter.
Okay.
But this seems more intense.
Okay.
Right? Because you haven't heard about them talking about having these crazy dreams and then being this driven. That seems kind of abnormal. And then what this guy is saying, he's obviously, he knows an Avarok, there's been one in his family, and he's even commenting on it as if this is really abnormal. But he said, why would she need to leave? You said you got this, so you're trying to get Varong to answer. And so he will say,
that is not what I asked.
The guy just goes, I suppose if she needed to, I would be open to the discussion, but I would be open to the discussion. It's important that her needs are met, just as ours are. That's what it means to be part of a hearth. I hope that isn't the case. He seems to be saying that with a pleading, almost do you know something? What's happening? But Varbrong doesn't answer. It's I really just want to know what's going on. I'm not of your people, sir, obviously. So if it is a secret, I suppose I understand, but I'm worried now that perhaps keeping her comfortable is doing some kind of harm. If there's something else that would be more fulfilling, shouldn't we encourage that?
You should.
What would I be encouraging, sir?
Ask her.
I suppose I can try. Yes, I suppose I can try.
Maybe you could also try while Verbrong also talks to her?
If that would be helpful.
You speak with your kin first. You have... word.
Rahal goes, rapport.
You have rapport.
Ah, yes. That is true. Sir, if it would be helpful for you to speak, then I would be happy to facilitate that. If there are matters that are not mine to meddle in, then I would prefer if you meddled. He just kind of like laughs nervously, and Varbrong just does not react. Because he's already told him, like, you talk to her. So. Right. Well, sorry, excuse me, I interrupted your dinner. Let me attend to my own matters. Get properly settled in. You can see, like, the other servant person is, like, standing over at the desk, like, kind of waiting for him. He'll finally get back up and say, it was nice to meet you. Perhaps we'll have another conversation soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He will start to make his way upstairs as he's being guided by the other person. So Lamia, you kind of had a bead on him there for a little bit. It's like taking a while to kind of process. You definitely got a... You could tell that he was a little intimidated by the situation after a certain point. Like, that level of, like, camaraderie that, like, Sam has with, like, obviously Varbrong, and then Varbrong being, and Avarok being intimidating. You kind of get the impression that, like, the idea that Varbrong is kind of, like, you guys even deferring to him made that guy a little uncomfortable. Not in, like, oh, you're deferring to the help, but it's like, oh, if that dude doesn't like me or something, like, something could happen. And that may have maybe changed how he approached that situation. So, while you don't think he was lying, there was also, like, a level of duress that you weren't intending to give, but that he definitely felt he was under.
I giggle a little bit because it's like, you're scared, but no. But no, yeah.
If it helps Verbrong, I think he was sincere.
Maybe. We will see.
I'm pretty sure we get convinced. Oh, sorry.
Because this Maka should be traveling. She should go home. We all should.
All?
Yes. I cannot reach all, but those that I can, I will urge. You disagree?
No, I'm a little surprised. I didn't know. I thought this was like a you thing, not a your people thing.
It would be his people
thing.
Yeah. If it concerns saving someone that can, benefit their entire species, it's a his people thing, Sam.
They will not all go. But I do not know the numbers. If it is just me, then I hope that I am all that is needed.
I wish I could help you out more than that.
We must help ourselves. It's time.
And we have helped, getting him at least to this place.
Yes.
There's no harm with a little bit of luck,
I'm glad it is on my side. And thank you, Sam. called me family. That is kind.
Well, you know, if anything ever happens, I have your back, man.
He nods. Trust that the same is shared, though a space will separate us for some time. If that ever changes, know that I see our camaraderie the same way that I'll have left it. If things are good when we part ways, I will see them the same when we reunite.
I love Verbrong.
He's pretty simple.
Yeah. Same kind of nods. He's a little worried that he's like, oh, I hope I don't say anything bad before he leaves, because then he'll be mad. And then he won't want to. Then like a little talkative, like, "Oh, you want me to join your services again?" And I'll hit yes, and he'll be like, I don't know. You said that thing, and it, like a little option came and said, "Verbrong will remember this," and now I don't want to be part of your group anymore.
Or the dialogue pops up, and you see like, the blue one is grayed out. Like, no, what did I do? I'm pressing it; it won't let me select it.
No. Yeah. You don't need anything for me. I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
Yeah, you're good. Anything else from Lamia?
I haven't really seen female Avarok. Have you gotten the chance to see any other female Avarok, Verbrong?
Yes. A long time ago, when I still worked the mines, there were a few. They are rarer than men, but only just. He shrugs. Why?
I was just curious. You know, like I said, I hadn't really seen any.
Yes, in the groups of Avarok that are together, often considered too dangerous. They do not tend to last. But in those gatherings, they are fiercely protective of the women, who are just as strong, but we worry how they are seen by others. Not much different than the rest of you protect your women.
No, that isn't at all. That's actually interesting, because it was my understanding that, this is crude and I'm sorry, that you guys are sterile, right?
I believe most of us are quite cleanly. But I cannot speak for all.
Rahala says, I think she's saying that you can't have children of your own.
Oh. Yes. I suppose children are quite dirty. But that is true. Naturally, we cannot. That does not mean that there are no women.
No, but I'm just saying it's interesting that the instinct to protect them anyway comes out, even though...
Oh. Is it your people's way to only be protective because your women can have children?
That's a ethical debate I don't want to get into, really.
That is foul. We do not have that shortcoming. The protectiveness is because of the novelty with which we are seen, either for our strength or our appearance. some eyes on us are degenerate.
Yeah, that's very unfortunately true.
It is not specific to them, but it is worse. It makes me suspicious, but so do many things.
Oh, you think that...
No, I do not think that.
Okay,
but I
well,
am
there's...
usually concerned with that.
I think that's fair.
Well, I mean, that gentleman didn't seem too odd. I mean, at least he seemed to have some level of respect for your kind, you know? Probably not as much as we try to, but at least they let her into the hearth.
Lip service.
Really?
It is a gesture, certainly, but one can say these things, even do them, say to others all over, accepting that this person is member of their hearth, but it does not mean they treat them differently.
Yeah, and if they don't let her go, if she is being called, then yeah, I would agree that that would be lip service.
Yes. So I do not trust this man.
Like I said, I think he was being sincere, but near the end, he did seem to be a little bit more defensive, just because of how we were interacting with you.
Yes, he is intimidated. That is common. I don't disbelieve you. Perhaps you were correct and he was sincere, but that does not make me trust him. An honest man can be untrustworthy.
That is true. I wasn't trying to put doubt on your instincts for wrong. I guess I'm just trying to say, like, keep an open mind that, hey, maybe he just needs to be pointed out that maybe the way we're interacting is healthier and happier for her.
I will leave that to you. Do not argue with your kind.
Very fair.
It often... it looks a certain way.
Yeah, it does.
I'm sorry if I'm wrong. It's so unfair. It would be kind of fun to see you yell at someone, you know, in a regular argument, because, I don't know, you disagree on what color a dress is or something.
Blue and black.
I suppose it would.
Listen, that dress is blue.
Sorry.
He doesn't have anything else really to say.
Sorry, I come back to that, and I'm like, no, okay, we're arguing about a dress now. Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Brong was mad at somebody or wanted to have an argument with somebody?
No. They were Lamia was saying that, like, maybe dude you guys were talking to a second ago just needs it, like, pointed out that the way that you all interact with Brong is probably the better way.
Oh, like he was
kind of intimidated by it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was saying that, like, he doesn't argue with your people because it looks a certain way.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be funny though to see him argue with something.
Yeah. But that part was Rahala being like, that would be kind of funny to see, like. But and he agrees, but he's not like laughing or anything at it.
Did Sam have any last minute RP? I don't know why I said last minute.
No, not that I can think of. I was already told wrong that if he wants help, I got his back on that. Yeah.
All right. All right. Excuse me. Anything Eli's doing that we need to put the camera on?
No, not particularly. I don't think I'm doing anything worth paying attention to.
He found a Sudoku, and he's solving it at the table.
Oh my gosh. I don't think Eli would do well at Sudoku. I'm just putting that out there.
Right. Cool.
I like Sudoku.
You guys...
I like Sudoku. I just don't think Eli would be good at it, is all I'm saying.
You guys have a uneventful night. You post watches.
Okay.
For no reason, apparently. So, Sam, you're up for a while. Hattie sleeps in, as usual, because she trusts your eyes. Yeah, nothing crazy happens. There's like a few people that come in at night. There's like a point where, like the innkeepers like get up, go and like go over and like let some people in. It's like, yeah, it's the middle of the fucking night, and they're like, oh, sorry, we need somebody to stay or whatever. Like that kind of happens. So you're like awake to hear that, but it's not like a fight breaks out or anything. It's just people come in late. Cool. And then eventually you're, all that stuff happens, and the morning comes, and you got to get up, and it's time to go. So your last night of rest in a proper city for at least the next 3 days has completed. Cool. So the next morning comes. You guys are getting up, you get your stuff ready and whatnot. And when you're coming downstairs, you're having your breakfast and stuff before you leave. Rabronga's just kind of standing at your table. And that guy comes back over. Seems briefly he kind of walks with a bit of a hurry to him. Go ahead and roll me a sense motive if you'd like. Which all of you would be at the table at this point. I know Eli's not going to roll, but you're still at least here for this.
Yeah, he seems like he's on the up and up.
He seems a little bit hurried. Rushes over, rushes over to like a table where there's like, there's a spot to sit and whatnot, and like ruffles his clothes out and takes a seat. And, like the person who was like a servant or whatever, comes over, sits across from him, and they're like continuing a conversation clearly that they were having earlier before he like walked off really quick. He like flags down someone like to get tea and some other stuff over to them. But they're like having kind of a conversation in like hushed language. If you're trying to eavesdrop, I need a perception.
Yeah. I mean,
you're not like obviously leaning over or whatever, but it's just like if you're trying to listen at all.
What was going on? Yeah. 30.
Would you like to keep your 30?
Oh, sorry. Did it freeze for a second? Yeah.
Briefly. Yeah, would you like to keep your 30?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you pretty clearly hear the guy you were talking to is saying, I don't know what's gotten into her, but it needs to get out of her. It's crazy talk. And the other guy is just like, I understand, sir. She seems adamant. He's like, but she can't go. She can't just go out there. We don't even know what's out there. That's the kind of conversation you can hear is going on. And the other man says, like, look, I agree with you, but how do you propose we convince her? He says, I think we just have to forbid it for now until we can have a longer conversation. It can't just be me. It's a matter for the whole hearth. That is an option. Do you want me to tell her? Yes, I think I do. Let me have breakfast first. Let me think on it. That's what you hear. Oh, then you hear like a as you wish.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, did I ever tell you when I left Delancha? Did I ever tell you that story? When I decided I was going to go?
I don't think you did.
Oh, man. Well, my sword that I had here is a big deal about that because I felt a need for my family, to see the world, but also see my family around the world that we know of. And most of my family was supportive of me. Father was pretty insistent that I take this sword. Grandma was not so much. She was worried, about, we have wolves, and I'm saying this all pretty loud.
Of course.
And,
yeah.
There's wolves out there and bandits and who knows what else. But I think she was worried I was going to get myself hurt. Mind you, I have been in more 8 miles than I wanted to have been, but I'm not going to try and prove her right on that. Thankfully, I had good friends and this trusty sword to keep me safe. And I think if she had kept me from going, I still love her, but I think in my mind, I don't think I'd ever get over the fact of like what could I have done if I had left, I'd have hated that, and I never would have got to meet you, which would have been really bad.
Yeah, you'd be pretty hopeless.
There's no reason not to get brownie points. This is me talking. There's no reason not to try and get brownie points while also trying to, one, let the other table know I heard them, and two, be like, come on, guys. You gotta let people try and do their destiny.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even have been to the moon.
She seems to pick up on what you're doing as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it would... Yeah, I imagine you'd be pretty resentful of it. I mean, maybe not like, you're not going to like yell at your mom or something, but
okay,
you don't forget it.
Yeah.
Be like if, my parents didn't let me, work for Eli and go off and do all the dangerous things, I wouldn't be who I am today. I would probably be, I guess I'd probably be a cook or something.
Or like if Eli had said, like, when you went back to do your thing that I would know because I'm a good boyfriend, and Chris is Panda's not so much. Roroa, yeah. If Eli had been like, look, I can't let you do that, you would have been...
You're fired.
Yeah. It would have been cool, Sometimes you have to let people find their destiny.
Okay. Go ahead and roll diplomacy. You have a +2 for aid.
Yeah. Diplomacy.
Which to Lamia and Eli and everybody else at the table, it's just Sam just started telling a story.
Come on, yes, it was high for once. It was high for
21. That's pretty solid. You gonna keep your 21?
What do y'all think? I know we're trying to.
I know, but I think this is important enough to be like to do this stunt die.
I know we
Or not
just
Sentai.
met these characters, but it's super important that we try to...
That is up to you.
It's super important. So super important. No,
That is up to
Yeah,
you.
My vote is to use it.
yeah,
You know the score, man.
yeah.
What about you, Dave?
I say use it. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I was
I
nodding.
only
I
look,
don't know if you
this
saw
is
it.
not a nuclear silo. We only need one thing of authentication to go.
All right, cool. You have one luck die left.
Yeah, for a total of 24.
That is a total of 24. Very good. Oh, yeah, I didn't see Mazda Girl there as well. Big heart.
Oh.
So you have 24 total. As you're kind of telling the story and stuff, they don't speak for a while. You just hear they don't really talk or anything. But you hear the assistant person just go, "Sir?" And you hear like a sharp inhale, and you look over and you can see that the guy that you talked to before has his face in his hands. His shoulders kind of tremble for a second. And he just he kind of through clenched teeth just goes, "Just a moment. I just he sits there for a minute, and then finally moves his hands. You can see his eyes are a little reddish. He's just I don't want to. I don't think we should stop her." And the other guy's because of their story? Oh my god, my dog is barking. Harley! Harley!
Dream barking?
You're asleep!
Ooh. Dream squirrels!
You're asleep, buddy. Hey!
Dream squirrels trying to take my toy!
Silly dog.
Oh.
Okay. He says, because of that story? He says, and he's not even they're not even whispering, so you guys can hear when he speaks up now. It's I guess. And he actually looks over to your table. This is, you heard what we were saying?
What?
No? That's probably for the best.
Okay, yeah, I did. I got good ears, man.
Oh.
I'm gonna be real with you that I kind of do that
Scoot over.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the table next to yours, is why it was not super hard to hear them.
Yeah. Just hearing you say that you don't know what's out there and you want to keep her safe, I understand that they're important to you. But we're wrong. He was my friend, and I count him as, brother by any sense in this world. I don't want to divulge his secrets, but whatever is pulling him and his kind is something real important. Sorry, I hear that in the background.
Yeah, my dog's just making noise.
Yeah.
He wants to.
No, there's something going on that is real important, and I think it's if something compelled me to find more of what am I again? Betty?
Oh yeah, Betty.
It's I forgot the name. Yeah, Betty. If something compelled me to go out there and find other Betty, as hard as that would be sometimes, I know where one is, but I would do it because I've, out of all the things or beings of higher power that have got me to do things, and every intuition or special dream that I've had, I know ignoring them or trying to act against them is not the wisest decision usually, because things happen for a reason. I've been touched some people call me a shaman. I wouldn't call myself that, but I have certain gifts that were bestowed to me, and I believe that I have a path that I must take. There are many branches to it, but I still have to take it.
He nods. Yeah, I understand. You must think I'm a really selfish person.
It's not selfish to want to keep your people safe.
She was there when parents couldn't be, you know?
Oh, yeah.
She was a nanny to me as a child. She saved my life once. Pulled me out of a burning building. No one's brave enough to do that. No one experiences burning buildings here very often.
Wrong is he's pretty brave too.
It's just she's always been there, and in the one time, as many times as I've tried to find a way to make her feel welcome, make her feel accepted, the one time it came up that I would have needed to do so, I fought it. It doesn't feel good, but I can still make the right choice.
It's not wrong to love somebody, to want to protect them. And it is hard to what?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was like, yeah, I have been talking pretty loud, haven't I? Yeah, to giving a whole speech, but yeah.
Didn't mean to interrupt. This has been a normal conversation. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And it is hard to remember that they are also a person.
I've never questioned that. It's just so easy to overlook another person's needs when you've convinced yourself you're doing what's best for them, you know?
I don't, but I'm almost certain I know someone who does. And he would have done anything for me, too.
I'm assuming that would be a father. Or
yeah.
Mother.
It's a father.
I've heard mothers called he.
Very fair.
You serve both roles. No, it's similar. I guess I see her as not as a parent, but as just a beloved member of the family. I don't want to lose her. I don't think any of us do. And I guess part of me is a bit afraid of what the family will say when I go back to the hearth and let them know what's gone on. They'll all be very upset. But right is right. But if this is happening to this many Avarok, how many are not going to be able to follow this? You know? I'm sure you understand, not all people who have an Avarok servant are so open as you. And I guess I shouldn't even call him a servant, but in our case, that is what Maka is. It was hard for us. It might be impossible for them.
Well,
yeah, there may be more than we can even perceive that cannot make it.
I think we just need to worry about the ones we can. We can't worry about the ones we can't control. Control's not a good word. The ones whose, yeah, you know what I mean. I say it in a better
control.
phrase. Yeah. We just got to worry about the ones who we can't help. We can't worry about the ones we can't help. We worry about the ones we can help. That's a better way of phrasing it. Yeah.
His like assistant person does give kind of a dry chuckle and says, "He is right, though. The hearth will not be pleased, and yeah, of course, this is the right choice. But they will all miss her. They'll be upset more that they didn't get to send her off than anything.
I mean,
I'll stand by you, sir. Thank you. I'll need it."
Good thing they could do if they're, missing her send off is maybe if they know other hearths that have such servants with less free reign to advocate for them. Maybe suggest that this is a again thing of destiny, and were we to, we're not gods, we're not anything like that to try to command people not to follow their, what their spirit wants.
Your heavy footsteps as you're talking.
That Eli?
Eli just stomping next to the table as hard as he can. Trying to pretend to be big. But no, you see Maka is coming down the stairs carrying like a bunch of bags and whatnot. Another one of the services there carrying some bags. The guy over there kind of looks up and says, "Oh, do you want breakfast first, Maka?" "No." Yes. "Okay. On the road then." "Yes. Road breakfast is fine. It is already getting bright." You want to go while it's overcast? That's fair. I'll remember what we talked about," he says to you.
And just as a little aside, if our friend is headed there, or my friend's headed there, others surely will be too. So she probably won't be alone for long.
It's helpful. Thank you. Ladies, gentlemen. He just kind of gives a very quick bow. Ron gives him a nod. And he's like, "You don't want me to..." She says, "No, I have them. I can carry my own." And she keeps walking, just ignores him. And Verbrong, before they walk out, he says, "Maka." She, like, mid-stride, just, like, kind of looks over, and he says, "We'll see you soon." And she just nods and keeps walking. But there's, like, you can tell there's, like, a little confusion, because obviously that's not a done deal in her mind. There's, like, a, okay. And she just nods and keeps walking as you guys wave. And Hattie, like, leans over to you, Sam, and says, "That was really cool. You guys did that. I barely said anything." And Rahala says, "I didn't say anything. That was amazing. I didn't know that was possible. I thought they were going to, like, flip or something. How people can get." Hattie is hugging you now.
Are people here really that stubborn not to let somebody go of their own free will?
It can be, yes.
The Setsi Wilds kind of persuade parents to keep their kids close to them as long as possible.
I don't mean like that.
No, he means the other way. Those used to the servant being there. They can be very stubborn.
Well, that I don't Yes, that I don't have experience with, but I believe you're right.
It is that, and my people are conditioned to not make too big a fuss. A small one from us is...
He looks over at Rahala. Volcanic? He clearly has no idea what she means by that. Just,
Chris?
Intimidating?
Terrifying?
Yeah, all of these things, yes. Explosive. This small fuss from us is explosive to you. Or at least to them. The others that keep us around. So, perhaps they don't protest enough to make it serious for those who would let them go. And those who do are perhaps with people who would never release them. Your laws don't support them, but they do not enforce compliance in all cases. If things go well, my people will be freed, regardless. I hope it does not come with...
He kind of like leaves that, and Rahala says, "You don't think it'll be like a forceful thing, do you?"
I hope it will not.
Oh boy. I do too.
Has Eli been down here eating, or is he still in the room?
I ate my food in the room. I've been in the room the entire time.
Okay,
I was
even
saying
in this
earlier
morning.
that you were all out here. This is why you're all able to be present in the
okay.
conversation. But that's fine. You grabbed yours and took it to your room.
Okay, but we saw him. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Lamia is always paranoid
he looks like
now.
a kangaroo now.
That's funny and sad. But Lamia is always paranoid that he might just disappear like he said he can.
You guys get all the way to the capital, you get a letter. "Hey guys, I'm in Gurga again. Can you wait? Can you drop for Brogoff and come get me?"
This is
it's
postmarked
really
3
long
months
walk.
ago.
Oh, shit.
But cool.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So that happens. And then anything else before you leave the city?
Trying to think
No?
of. Do we get more? We got more rations, yes?
Yeah, we bought those before. Or no, wait. Maybe we didn't.
I don't think you did. You only have 3 days of travel remaining.
Yeah, let me look at the travel gear. Rations. 24. So
Ellie!
yeah, that'd be enough.
Hey, there's Ellie. In Soviet Russia. That's pretty good. Soviet with a T like Tsegia. If that was an accident, don't cop to it. Just pretend you did it on purpose. I'm gonna pretend you did it on purpose, even if it was an accident. I don't think it was an accident.
It is a capital.
Yeah, I feel like that was very intentional.
Yeah. It's just so. Okay. It wasn't.
Do we have enough rations, Sam?
We have 24, which I think is 4 days worth. So.
Yeah, because there's
so you
6
did
per
buy
person.
some.
So yeah. That was the first thing we did because I remember I said I wanted to buy rations in case getting
we got to get out of here.
The Esper went south and we had to leave fast.
That's right.
Thing. That's right. Yeah. Okay. I remember now.
I just want to make sure, as ration man,
you guys do have them. You got a day extra. All right. Cool. So you head to the capital. No one has to beg for luck or anything before you get there.
Now that Ellie's here,
Ellie, please, if you'd be willing to give us some luck, that'd be great.
Well, you got 3 days before you get there, so.
That's true.
Let's go to the map. You got a little time. We're gonna go to the map. You know where the map.
Things could happen.
All right. Let's see. Okay, you guys moving 30 because you got your big ass cart, poor visibility, but you are on. Terrain wise, you are in plains, traveling upriver. So that's not bad.
Thank you, Ellie, for at least one 6-pack.
Upriver, upriver, upriver. Okay, so that is. Boom. Cool. Yeah, no craziness. Sweet. Any RP amongst yourselves before, like, while you're on the road? Anything when you're headed towards the capital?
Sorry, say again. I was messaging somebody. No.
Anything while you're heading to the capital? You got 3 days on the road. I don't know if there's anything you want to do before.
We're gonna do some hunting for Lamia because we did say.
So that will slow us down, though.
Yes, that will make it 4 days instead of 3. Half speed when hunting on the road.
Yeah.
Lamia would ask, okay, so we are going to...
Sorry, it would technically make it 3.5 days if you spend 1 day hunting. Continue, sorry.
So I know when we get there, I know what I want to do, but are we going to do any scouting or any other business besides trying to find smooth hands? Hand, not hands.
Yes, I was about to correct you again.
I'm thinking. I don't think so.
So, as a brief reminder, the initial job you got was from the White Thrush. You're supposed to go there, you're actually supposed to meet with Altan Bayatbar, the previous voice of Flame. Because he's actually there.
I did forget about that.
Yeah. Well, because the original job you got was from, you talked to Farewell. That's who, came and talked to you about it. And you're supposed to, go investigate this potential statue and all this other stuff, right? But you are intended to, the intent is for you to meet with Altan Bayatbar. You got 2,000 gold just to go to the capital and meet him. With the rest of the, official job to be discussed then. Now, because you know you're going to have to do something else, you can deviate from that if you want to, or you can talk to him and decide that you're going to turn down whatever he's offering and do your own thing. But just as a reminder, that was the initial setup.
Okay. So yeah, well, we should probably talk. We could probably at least talk to the dude first.
Yep.
Wouldn't be a bad thing for at least you to get a little bit meet on time with him, since he was a previous figurehead.
I mean, yep, we should definitely try and keep our appointments. That's for sure.
And is Fabron gonna leave from the city, or?
Yes.
Okay.
There should be boats. I will like to go quickly.
Yeah, and you absolutely should. He's probably going to need money for that.
Are you laughing at me?
Or yes. Putting in the chat, hey guys, this is how you can give us luck.
Oh my god. Buddy.
Look, I may or may not have messaged a average bear and be like, "Hey, bud, you up?"
hey, you're on limited time, so you know. He was lurking.
Yeah.
But
is it an add-on?
Is what an add? Yes, technically it is an add-on.
Yeah.
It's not like a browser add-on. It's just a. It might be under that category when you're looking on your phone or on the thingamajig. If you're on your computer, it just pops up. But on the phone, it's like you have to like scroll down and look at the thingamajig.
But yeah, Lamia says,
the Streamlabs part. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Your voice went a little weird for a second.
Phone.
Is he gonna need money for that?
No. I don't know. I'll be honest, I've never been to the capital and I don't know exactly what all the costs are, but I assume if he has to hire a boat, he will.
Ooh, when you get the wrong money. Fast.
Depends on, I mean, go ahead, sorry.
He was going to say, we'll see what the cost is first.
That's what I was going to say.
Because that'll tell you what kind of work you have to do to get it, right?
Yep. Or if we have the money already and we can just give it to him and then we have to do work for other things. Because, like, we have some money. We're not totally broke. We're just mostly broke. Big difference.
Yeah.
A huge difference.
Okay, so first things first, try and get the knowledge for how to get Varong out of the city. Right? Agree?
Yep.
Boat. He agrees, but
yeah, no. Have a very tearful and a happy goodbye after we figure if we manage to just give him the money, if there is money needed to be given. And then meet with the dude. And I guess get everybody in. And then depending on what time it is, maybe we could go look for Smooth Hand.
I mean, we'll definitely do that. If there's time in the first day, sure. If not, I mean, it's high priority, right? So we'll definitely get on it.
Okay.
Sorry I brought this up so early. I'm just getting a little restless.
Hey, you're almost there.
Yeah, that's totally all right. I'm definitely ready to get the got, as it were.
Okay. I mean, I'm assuming this is while you're on the road anyway, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you actually hunt for a day, or do you like buy some animals in the city before you leave, or
what do you want to do?
Those poor chickens. They've been keeping me stable.
Or you could get animals once you get to the city as well. They're gonna have like farms and stuff outside it, right? So that's up to you.
We can just wait till we get to the capital and I can potentially get an animal that will fill me the rest up. And that way we can be there in 3 days instead of 3.5 or 4, depending.
Yeah, the sooner we get there, the sooner we handle our business, so to speak. I don't know. Nobody talks like that.
I mean, you just did.
I do not count.
So you guys roll on. As you're exiting Kanhanlai, you can see that the astral route, the big ass long road, is because as you've been traveling on it, it's a wider road than normal. It's technically a highway. It's actually got like stones and such on it, clearly marked. But you can see up ahead as it goes across the river, there is like an actual bridge that goes over it, well maintained. There's like guards and stuff around. And you aren't the only ones leaving the city around that time. So you saw like, a few others, coming out well behind you, but behind you, headed north. You're even pretty sure you see the group with Maka that has a for fuck's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. The group with Maka is also coming out, which it seemed like they were going to they were going to stay a bit longer or whatever, right? Maybe wait out the weather kind of thing, but like maybe they've had their conversation and such and are leaving earlier. So okay.
What, did something get redeemed?
Something did
Yes.
get redeemed, yes. A fucking divine intervention got redeemed.
For what reason? God knows.
I need to message. it's a little open.
Oh no, is Mama 88 going to join the party somehow?
No, I think it's my other person that loves me to death. No,
Yeah, there's no way in hell that's happening.
I think I forgot what divine intervention does, so I may have told him the wrong thing.
Oh, it's funny.
I believe it allows the person to be like, "Hey, I want this thing to happen."
No.
Basically, yes. Usually, it's a good thing. They just get to kind of give me the idea of what kind of good thing they want to happen. But cool. I'm not gonna tell you, not right now, but it is there. It did get redeemed, so I will have to resolve that. It does not have to be resolved this session. It just has to be resolved. Since it isn't resolved yet, I do need to go and turn it off and up the price. That's not what I was expecting. Okay, save. Alright, the hell was I saying? Yeah, you can even see them. Looks like they're much further behind you. It's, of course, Sam that sees them because the rain is a bit too heavy for the rest of you to be able to see it. Even though it is letting up some, it's still raining a lot. So, but anyway, you can tell that you aren't the only ones to leave. You cross over a bridge, you roll along for a while, make your camp, you roll along a bit further, you cross another bridge, and by the time you cross that second bridge, you're actually already starting to see, like, in the distance, east and west, you can see a few like small little thorps and such on either side as you're getting closer and closer to a really big city. And god damn it, you're getting closer and closer to a really big city, so you can see a few like tiny little settlements dotting the landscape on either side of you. There's like, if you weren't in as much of a hurry and such, you could actually like go off-road, get to one of them, maybe use that to stay the night kind of thing, but it would extend the time it's taking you a little bit. It would just be more comfortable. So imagine you still just camp next to the road, that kind of thing. Nothing crazy happening out here either. Third day.
Is the moon really close?
You say what? Is the moon close? I mean, it's not like grinning at you or nothing.
Okay.
But third day, It's a bit of a it's just a little bit of a push, you know, like you're getting there. You can actually see it in the distance as the weather is clearing up some. Still raining, but back down to like the normal level of rain that you have seen in Setsegia, not this like crazy monsoon that's been going on. When you look back behind you, you can see the difference in the sky, to the point where eventually there's like this blocked off, like it's just a wall of rain out there, but much further in the distance, past where there's like forests and things like that. But up ahead, you can see Dardanello. You can see the capital, which none of you've been to, and it is a bit of a different place that you've actually been to before. For Sam, you've been to a really big city in Setsegia. You landed in one. Seltans is one of the biggest cities, if not the biggest city in Setsegia. That's where your boat pulled up. So you've been to one of like the big bustling places, which was pretty crazy. It's a big port town. You went through it. You didn't get to explore it, but it was huge. That probably sticks with you, just like how much time it took just going through it on like a horse or a horse in your case. This place gives you a similar sense of scale, but whereas Seltans is, like flat, close to sea level, got a little bit of tree coverage and such around it. Dardanello is mostly in like open plains, maybe like a few small hills here and there, but it also isn't flat. You can actually see there's some levels to the place. There are multi-story buildings, like several multi-story buildings, and you can actually spot, even from a distance, you can see where the citadel is, where the actual like castle in this city is, because it is massive. It probably clicks pretty quickly that like, yeah, that castle is meant to withstand like naval assault. You know, if they actually get attacked from the water by like warships, you know, that it's got walls and stuff for a reason. It's like built up high for a vantage point, all sorts of stuff. But because the land itself around is flat, the rise, at first you think maybe it was like a big like hill or something that led to a cliff, but no, it just seems like they've built upward on the city. It's tiered. Cool. But you are able to like actually roll in right as like night is starting to fall, and you can see that you can see like the guards and such at the gate, which there are several, are, you know, kind of talking to, you know, amongst each other and whatnot, and you know that they're probably discussing like, okay, we can let them get in, them back there are too far away, that kind of thing, right? And then like eventually like they're kind of calling back and forth as you're still trundling ahead, you know, slowly. You can just see the activity, and eventually like, you know, a rider comes out and was like riding by, like slows down a little and says, you know, you're clear to go in the city. Just keep moving, don't stop, and we'll let you in. And then they like ride past. You can see that there's another one kind of on the other side, but since that one talked to you, that one doesn't. They just keep going. So you guys just trudge ahead. Eventually, you roll your way through the gates into the, like past the walls, and I did forget to describe. You see miles of farmland outside of this. It's what you were rolling through those for hours, just farm upon farm upon farm. As you were like going along this road. So anyway, you get through the gate, past these like big tall walls. You can see that even though obviously they're far away from where there's like a war happening, there are like actual like soldiers and stuff still like up on the walls, and like their guard even looks less like a city, like a militia, or like just like a city guard, and they look more like stationed troops. Like they actually have good armor. They actually have like, you know, really, really nice weaponry, that kind of thing. Pretty much all of them that you see. Harley, quit barking.
Bork, bork, bork.
You're asleep. Be asleep. Butthead dog.
No, I wasn't talking to you, Nimbus.
You're a butthead too.
Bork, bork, bork. Yeah,
You're both buttheads.
He's now looking at me like, what? You borked?
Or you're borking. Oh my god. Do you even know what you said? But you guys finally get into the capital. Cool. So we'll move you along and we will shut off the luck. The luck is over.
No. Oh.
You did turn off pick a card.
No, I didn't.
I lost. Okay. I can't lose 2 times in a row, right?
I will not underestimate you.
Yeah.
I think you can do anything you put your mind to.
I lost.
Yeah,
3 times.
That's kind of how gambling works.
Buddy.
Look,
Anything else
surely I have to win some. I lost.
Surely I have to win a bench. Nope.
Well, there goes 7,000 snails. Because I don't bet small, I bet a max each time.
Jesus.
Bet big, win big, right? Please?
Please?
Look, man, this is why I will not do gambling in real life.
Hell
I
no.
mean, that's not only, should I say, fair enough, but like, yeah, good. Don't. You're bad at it.
I think any kind of betting like that, I've bought scratchers before, but it's like one of those things of like, yeah, I know these are scams. I know there's no winning. I think there's a thing where a guy bought like $10,000 worth and won like $500 or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
He bought like the entire roll, and it's like, dude, there's no way.
That's rough.
They planned for that. Are you messaging a average bear?
Yes.
I may have told him wrong because I think Divine Intervention gives a reroll. I don't remember.
Well, the rerolls are currently off the thing because me and
reroll a reroll would be way too small. We already have that as a smaller redeem. The Divine Intervention is how Mama Adank happened. Because y'all was about to die. That's how that happened. Okay. Alright, I got a thing. Cool.
Okay, cool.
Alrighty.
Is it a curse? Is it a Divine Intervention curse?
No. It can't be. It has to be good.
Also, apparently Death Stranding
Next
2
campaign,
came out.
I'll have a negative one, but...
Ooh. That'll be
Get
fun.
these fucking gnats away from me. Alright. But yes, I know Death Stranding 2 came out, but... go ahead. Yeah.
My dog's rope was under my feet, so I was like, "What are you doing?" He's just like looking for that.
Yeah. Luck is off for now, guys. That's it. Luck's all done. I mean, you have some, but there will be no refills on luck from here. I'm still gonna ask if you want to keep stuff, right? I'm still gonna give you the chance to use it.
Hashtag not sponsored, but
I can't even see that. It's just a glowing white orb.
It's Zevo.
Oh,
but it has a little
oh, bro, I have
light
2
in
of those in my house. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. It there's a lot on the back of this. It works really well.
Yeah. Hopefully they clear out soon. Oh, cool. Yeah. So you guys make it to the capital. You're finally there, and it is night. So I imagine you go and try to find a place to just to stay for the night. All right.
Sure.
Objective number 1. Cool. As you're like rolling in here, this place is Because I kind of described to Pan and such. But this place is ridiculously active. Like, Saigon is a big city too, right? You guys are not from, it's not the first time you've been to a big place. But even at night, there are people like going around. You can hear buskers and stuff selling stuff. You can hear like some of the markets are still going, and there's like between like one inn and like some other building or whatever, somebody's like leaning out of a window yelling at like another person across the way. They're like laughing, like talking between two buildings. There's like an actual like somewhat of a nightlife here. There kind of is in Saigon too, but mostly only in certain spots. This seems like people are just still awake when you're close to the road here. There's like, little like lamps and stuff on like strings that kind of stretch across different stretches of the city to keep areas lit, so that you can actually see where the hell you're going and people aren't just getting stabbed in the dark. I mean, they're probably still getting stabbed in the dark. They're just making less dark to get stabbed in. So you guys finally like kind of get all the way in, start kind of looking around, trying to find like, okay, where to stable the horses, maybe like calling out, asking people stuff. Some of the guards are trying to like kind of direct you in certain directions, but cool. This will be a job for Eli. Just gather info. Trying to find a good spot to stay.
What I'm here for.
Good spot to stay.
Can he not get aided by anybody?
I already rolled it.
Yep.
As he can. I'm not stopping him. Because 27 is really high.
29 with the 29. +2 from Affable. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Are you keeping your 29? I'm
keeping my 29.
Okay. Yeah, 29 is plenty. Even in a city this size, which is much harder to do, you still are able to pretty quickly find.
There's my D4 for time.
For time, yeah. That faked me out for a second.
Yeah.
But even in a city this size, you're able to pretty quickly find like a place to go. It doesn't actually even take you the 2 hours that rolls up. You're asking some of the guards, they kind of direct you like one way. You get over there, there's places like, hey, we're full up or whatever. But they like point you another direction because you're just like, being quick about it and that kind of thing. You actually get directed all the way to the which district is that? Like their harbor district, effectively. So you kind of have to go through a pretty big chunk of the city, which is a little annoying, but it's like, damn, dude, like a lot of these places are full up. Like there's a lot of people staying at the inns, and then when you think about it, it's like, this has like really strong walls. It's got like a good military presence that doesn't get pulled away because it's the capital. And they're at a strategic point of, for sure, like on the water. This may be where a lot of like travelers or whatever have decided to come to, with like news of like war happening and the fact that like the roads are still open here and whatnot. Like there's probably a lot of travelers. Here's why the inns are so full. If they didn't stay put where they were. Cool. But you end up getting ushered like well through it and such. Little bits and pieces you'll pick up, things that you might have heard already. Dardanetto is 2 levels. The level you're in now that you've entered is the upper level, is Divaji, Divaji. This is like the proper city itself. Like this is where most of the residents are. This is where most of the markets are. This is like really the life of the city itself. Most of the time when people are talking about Dardanetto, they are talking about the Divaji level. There is the lower level, which is the Delkahi. And that is not fully expanded on. What you will know of the Delkahi is that effectively part of it is ruins. There was like a whole other city that was buried underneath the Divaji. Delkahi is the part of those ruins that have been resettled. That they have, cleared out, rebuilt structures, and then like have people go through and like clear out another section. They have like a defensive presence out there in case there is something that comes out of it. But it is partially settled, so there are still like markets and other things and residents that are down there. But there's like a lot of military facilities, especially the Navy, and then a lot of it is just otherwise residents, with some infrastructure. But you get the sense that like it's not really where people mostly want to stay, because there is this like, just a minor threat of ancient things being further in than has been discovered, and coming out.
Yes.
Now, to be fair, it's miles. It's miles of space, right? It's not like you'd be living down there and all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, Sasquatch is right here." It'd be like, "Hey, Sasquatch, an army of Sasquatches is 9 hours away. You should probably evacuate." That's what I mean by they clear out enough of it. You don't settle all of the spots they've cleared. You settle all of the spots they've cleared that has a big divider where they know there's also nothing. and then slowly encroach as they continue to go through. Cool. Anyway, you get to an inn in the harbor district, which you can tell is actually the docks district. Is actually it's still pretty nice. The one you kind of get directed to. In fact, just looking at it, you're pretty sure it's going to be a little expensive. Just seeing that it's got a few stories to it. It's pretty big. There's like a few lights on downstairs. It smells really nice. Something like really nice food smell is coming out of it. They probably got like a restaurant or something in there. It's probably going to be a little expensive. That's kind of where you got pushed to. If you want to take extra time and look around, you can probably find someplace cheaper, but that's up to you. That is up to you.
Yeah, that's probably fine. You said cheaper, and cheaper piqued my interest.
Royal you. Anyone can chime in on that.
Yes, yeah, I suppose that's true. That's not just me. Other people say things.
Muted Panda. Muted Panda is speaking.
Okay.
Okay. Like, goddamn you, blinky light. What was the name of the port town that I stayed in? Big one?
Seltans.
Yeah. Look, I'm just saying, when I stayed in Seltans, the cheap places, like when we go to other towns and we get the cheap places, they're pretty nice still. The cheap stuff here is cheap. So I'm just letting you know that. I mean, you're traveled. You've been to other countries against your will.
Against your will. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Almost like you failed a will save, and you got no. Anyway.
I know that we might need to get more money, but I do think the more spendy inns might be better for safety.
We still have crowbar, artisan's kit of boneworking, artisan's kit carpentry, lockpit set, caltrops and a satchel, sling, a merchant scale, set of panpipes / pan flute, masterwork quality, 7 smoke bullets, gross weird, another bag. It's been bagged like 4 times. Smells like rotten, maybe. The sting chuck.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be selling that. But
I mean, hey, we might find a weird person who's like, "Oh yeah, that stinks." Give me it.
Who's a face in it? But, we should kill him.
Will you trade this other stinky thing for this more stinky thing? No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna do like this weird trade thing where I eventually get a nice smelling thing from a least stinky thing.
No, the guy who has the cats in like the sewer entrance somehow followed us here.
Oh God. No, he just has the one long cat tunnel that goes right here that we need to.
Heard you had drugs. Shiny ones. You didn't bring your cats, did you? I am my cats. Please keep your coat on.
There's 100 cats in a trench coat.
Whatever you do, keep that coat on, buddy.
But yeah, we do have stuff we can hawk to get probably a couple gold at least. If we're trying to
more than that.
If we're just trying to get rid of it, not like haggle. Mm-hmm. It's like if you go into a pawn shop, you're like, I need to sell this fishbowl. They're like $2, and you're like, yeah. They're like, what? Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
bro, say 10. Say 10. 10. 5. Like, okay, deal. Like, it's like Jesus, man. But yeah. Yeah, we could hawk some stuff. I think I still have that big ass thing of platinum.
You do have a hunk of platinum.
Because I think I was going to try and break off a piece for some reason, but I don't remember why. Oh, I was going to try and have a blacksmith friend who I can never remember the name of.
Didn't you want to take a bite?
Well, yeah, eventually. The guy who's been working on our gear.
Oh, Yvain.
Yvain, thank you.
Oh, shit, he would have given you the gloves, too. But yes, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I think I was going to try and have him break it up in his spare time, but I don't think we ever got around to that, so I think it's still just a big-ass thing of platinum.
Yeah, it is currently just a hunk of platinum.
Hunk of burning platinum. But yeah, we could probably sell that if we need to. That's the lowest thing on the list I want to sell. Or the highest thing? Lowest thing. Thing I don't want to sell, basically. I'll put it right up there with Churlhawk and Ginger.
Fair.
Yes, I'd sell the Churlhawk before I sold Ginger. Don't tell him that.
You've had one longer. I kind of understand. Like,
yeah. Plus, I think he has a higher chance of escape than
being able to fly. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Just wait for the rain to not be horrible.
Like one of these days, they're gonna open this cage too big. I'm gonna get out. Yeah.
Also, finding a cage his size.
Yeah, I mean, there's people cages.
There are, but like then the bars are bigger too.
That's true.
Yeah, he squeezes right out.
He's got bird bones. He's oddly shaped. Yeah.
So you guys, do you like? Okay, so it sounds like you're gonna try to have a conversation about what you want to do, because
medium-sized inn.
Yeah. Are you like kind of? So you get you have your animals and shit with you still because you haven't picked a place to stay. While you're kind of chit-chatting about it and whatnot, like pulled over to the side of the road a little bit, just kind of out of the way. A guard actually comes up to you and he's like, Aldwin, logistics people? That you?
I like sideways look at him and look at everybody else.
Maybe?
You're supposed to meet with the white thrush, right?
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
I still don't trust him.
No. He goes,
sorry, yeah, we ran into some people. Yeah.
No worries. Just before you settled somewhere, I was trying to get caught up with you. He goes, I'm Commander Jorik. I'm head of the city guard here.
Hold on. That's important.
Jorak. Jorak.
Yeah. Okay. That's an important name to remember, because
he says, glad I caught up with you. You already have some rooms paid for by the White Thrush. He goes, it's right around this corner over here at he names the inn, the expensive one that you were being told would have some openings. That gives you an idea of why there's probably openings. They're probably yours.
Nice. Okay, cool.
He says, yeah, it's up to you if you want to accept it. If it's too fancy for your blood, I understand. There's a few other places on the docks.
I tried that once.
Immediately, yeah.
Look, they, like other places leave like these really nice places leave like a mint or like a candy in your room for you. The other room had crabs.
Oh,
not like the pet like full size crabs. They try to eat me.
He actually does laugh. I would look. Hey, this close to the docks, you run into all sorts of weird stuff, but I don't think you'll have that trouble here. They'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. And someone's gonna come by in the morning. Supposed to give you like a tour around the city and get you to the meeting you're supposed to go to. What's a good time I should tell them?
Well, we have to help a friend of ours book passage on a ship, so we'll probably...
They can help you with that.
Advice on that? Okay, great. Then as early as possible, I think.
All right, I'll let them know. Ladies, gentlemen, have a good night. Unless Lamia has something to say, you're giving like a scrutinizing face.
Yeah, I know it's not potentially going to be important, but yeah, I want to sense motive. To, I guess, to get an idea of like, is this just, he's just doing his job, etc., and leaving ahead and such, or is it seem like might be leading us on, kind of thing?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, it's fine. Yep. I'm keeping it.
This is one of the most trustworthy men you've ever met in your life. No.
Yep.
No. You don't get anything from him. He says, gives you the quick good night. And he looks back. You can see there's a few other like guards and stuff back there. He starts heading back with them. Cool. So you guys go and stable your horses, everything like that. Near this inn, I swear to you, I've been trying to find the fucking name of it this like whole goddamn time. And I have so many like locations and shit over here. But near this inn, you the stables there actually have like stable hands and stuff that are around. So like at a lot of these other places, like you kind of get out and you kind of like bring your horse in and stuff, tell them stuff, and then like they will like take over when you're sort of done. This is almost more valet like they're like offering to like pull the cart into a spot and like get your animals brushed down and like all this other sort of stuff. Which obviously means they would expect a tip. But yeah, so like that's kind of happening, or your animals kind of get pulled into these like really nice like large stables that you can see like several other horses, including one of these horses looks a little familiar. Everyone roll me intelligence checks.
Oh no.
It's a straight memory.
Look, there's not a lot of times I push for
oops.
Let me get to
Opened not my character sheet. What did I do? How did I even do that?
I'm so salty that I made Lamia more intelligent than I normally make any of my characters, and she just keeps rolling terrible at her intelligence checks.
Yeah. Would this have been an animal I would have been around for a while, or is that information you can give me?
Because it is not.
Okay.
It is not.
I was going to argue for a profession farmer of me having been around animals and being able to spot animals, being like, oh, that one's from my, whatever.
A horse
I would
from...
take that. I would take
a horse,
that,
of
but
course.
You didn't have that kind of time. It was not that.
Okay.
It was not that kind of interaction. Yeah.
That's why I was just making sure. I'm sure if I was around an animal enough to be able to see it, it's like spotting. I'm sure like Mayor or somebody has a horse or something like that, or whoever.
I know what horse I'm thinking it could be, but I'll shut up.
What are you thinking? No,
I'm thinking it's the horse Mara left on.
Possibly, but hold on. Do I get?
This is an ability check.
I know. Would this count as a knowledge check?
No,
that's technically a skill. Okay.
No, I'm literally I'm just checking your memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So well, 9.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Hold on. It is a because check. I'm trying to think if there was a. No, this wouldn't be I wouldn't have based it on a knowledge check. This would always be straight intelligence.
Okay, because I was just going to argue for the favorite skill or favorite enemy animals.
No, I know it was a good question, but I think this is just.
Hey, I'll argue for all the points I can get when it involves my intelligence.
Right. All right. Would any of you like to roll luck?
I will, because I have the chance of getting it. So I'll roll.
Yeah.
Wow.
There we go.
Okay.
All right.
So you have a 17.
I only have to deal with 12 more luck from you bastards. Cool. But yes, with a 17, the reason why I have to stick with an intelligence, because it's a very, very brief. It's not the horse that Mara rode off on, because you guys didn't actually even see that. You heard it.
That's true.
This is Lumal's horse.
Ooh.
It doesn't mean he's staying at this inn, because this is obviously the stables for like a lot of the spots in this area. But you're sure that's Eli is sure that's Lumal's horse.
Yeah. Yes, Lumal's horse. There we go.
Because you had to stable Nyx with his horse when you guys were going to the coin caller that one time. So,
yeah.
Now, granted, like you wouldn't have necessarily been doing all of it. That's probably Sam, but you still would have been in there at some points and stuff. So, like, you recall it, noting that he has a very nice horse. You don't know horse breeds or anything like that, but like it has a very this beautiful black, like charcoal coat, like dark charcoal black coat that is not super common in Setsegia. Except Nyx also has a similar coat, so it sticks out.
Okay, cool. Well, I will obviously share that information with everybody.
Oh!
Oh, yeah, that is a Frisian. I googled it.
Oh, that's funny.
Whereas, Nyx is more of a Merguese.
Said that with such confidence and not the correct pronunciation at all.
That's a real horse breed. You just said it. You said it so it sounded like it was you made it up.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway,
or this one's French, so I'm an Erigoise.
Well, we knew his father would be here. I just didn't know he would be here potentially.
I mean,
you're certain it's his horse?
I mean, as certain as I've been looking at a horse that isn't mine, yes.
Yeah. When he points it out, Sam, now it's familiar to you. It's like, he is kind of right, because again, this isn't like the common breed around here. They're not like all super high end or whatever, but like, he had a very nice horse, and that coat is a little bit atypical. Most of them are dappled, but not his.
I mean, if y'all want, I could talk to it. He might know his owner's name.
Ooh, yeah, talk to him, says Hattie.
That's all. I just needed one Again, one factor authentication for me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, also,
at least.
give me all your passwords and your social security, please.
Okay. So, look, I wasn't born in this country, so I don't have a social.
Is that how that works? I don't think that's how that works.
No, I'll take the one from the launch. It's fine.
Okay. KH 64 £.
So speak with animals. Okay.
Speak with animals, and I don't recover it. Boo.
All right. You can ask questions and receive answers from animals. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like that. That's what it states, and I've just been talking to him.
Yeah, it's usually flavored that way.
It's like, because I think it's like, well, speak with the dead is like you can ask a certain number of questions, that type of thing.
Yeah, speak with dead is a specific number, whereas this is over time.
Yeah. I can't that. Male horse or female horse. I couldn't say boy horse for some reason.
Boy horse.
Boy horse.
Yeah, it's a boy horse. It's a boy. I wanted to combine the two, and I realized that I don't think the mouse is meant to do that.
It's a voice.
Yeah, you're doing not just mine. People have bags problems too.
Boy horse. Yes, it is. It is a boy horse. It's a male. Because there's a stallion.
Yeah. Well, excuse me here, you majestic fellow. Oof, I don't see many of your breed around.
It regards you briefly, and the response is just, "You have not."
For a horse? No. No. Where'd you come from? You look kind of familiar.
I'm gonna change its voice.
That's fine.
God damn it! You say, "Where'd you come from? You look kind of familiar." It says, "My lineage is long. I have been bred from many others of my kind, within the same hearth, same family, same fields, for generations. I am the last, at least for now. Soon I will spread my seed, but that day is not today."
Well, I'm sure your progeny will be as majestic as you are. You said you're hearth. Do you know what hearth you are?
All right, give me I guess this would be technically a wild empathy for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So level plus charisma. Which I think for you is just your 1d20 plus your level. Yeah.
I have to look at wild empathy again because I don't remember what it exactly was. Range and improved intelligence skills. Range level angry. Okay, yeah. Puts magical beast. Okay. Whole thing 1, 20, 10. What level are we? 10.
You're level 10.
10.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Whew. Not bad.
Damn. Keeping the 22.
Yes.
Cool.
Influence analysis takes about 1 minute.
Yeah, that's why I was waiting for it to be a few
Yeah.
lines in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, 26 months.
What?
But
No.
you say that and it says, because of your eye for nobility, I will tell you, I am a noble steed of Hearth Modric.
Oh, I've heard of them. They are pretty powerful. I think I actually know I know one of them. They were engaged to one of the Markham family. I think his name was Lamal.
Yes. The youth who I carry astride my back with the wheat hair.
Yeah. He's not that. Look, this is going to be an honest thing. Lamal's not a great person, but he's not as bad as his family. Personally.
From what you've seen.
Right? Yeah. Well, he's not a bad person at all. Yeah. Or he's not a bad person.
No, he is a noble youth, I believe. It is hard to tell. His size is that of the elder, but his movement is quicker, easier.
Youth does have that privilege. You say the elder, are you talking about his father?
Yes, I believe it is.
Oh, yeah. Have you carried him a bunch too?
Only on few occasions.
No. So not like Tahir or anything?
No.
No.
His father has a different steed, but often chooses to ride in a chariot.
I see. I mean, that is some comfort for our people sometimes.
Have you any carrots, kind sir?
I'll do you one better. I got a couple left. I have a little stash of sugar cubes. Don't know if they're to your liking.
Adequate. Nix, who is also stable, goes, "Are you fucking serious?" Come on.
Yeah. I know some other ones like apples. If they're good boys.
But the sugar cubes are rare. That's some bullshit.
I'm gonna steal Lamal's horse. Yeah, Lamal, you sit in that cuck chair while I steal your horse. No.
Oh my god.
I'm stealing it. This is now NTR. No.
So the horse is patiently awaiting his sugar cubes.
Yeah, I
Head up. Do not utter those words ever again, please.
Not in a weird way.
It's the meme. No, in the other way that makes all of the
You know the meme of the guy where he's like has his arm around a girl, but he's doing that thing where he's looking around? It's me and Ginger, but that horse.
She'll bite
this horse is awesome. Yeah, I'll give him a shot.
Right, yeah, he definitely accepts the sugar cube.
I think they're really sugar lumps. I don't think they're going to be cubes.
Yeah, these are lumps, but he doesn't know what a cube is. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think
you gave him sugar.
Look, first of all, say it's too wet to have a cube of sugar.
Yeah, it would not.
I think the moment it's a cube and it gets exposed to air, it's going to go.
It could be a cube unless it's touching any other sugar. Yeah. Then you're going to get a lump. You know,
sugar lump.
Yeah. Sugar lumps. Sugar lump sounds like the name of a horse. Okay,
it does.
Or a pony. Next campaign. Yeah. Yes.
But he definitely eats the sugar cube. Yes, this is good. Thank you, kind sir.
Hey, thank you for the conversation. I appreciate you.
How do you do this? Why don't others do it?
Well, okay. See, I was, and for comical purposes, as I'm explaining it, it'll run out.
You have like 10 minutes, dog.
Oh man. Okay. So, well,
I mean, I'm not saying you have to talk for 10 minutes. I'm just saying, if you want to actually add other stuff, you can.
Yeah, I will humor the horse's questions, and explain like, oh yeah, there's a god of like nature, and like they oversee all things nature. And they have bestowed with me certain gifts, like that bird, the big one over there.
It does start to ask like inane things, of course. Like, where is this god? What do they look like? Do they have sugar cubes? Like, why all of you look so similar, even though you don't? Just other stuff like that.
That's funny.
And but it does eventually, like as you're getting towards that 10 minute, and everybody else is just like, "Oh my God, Sam, stop talking to the horse. We want to go inside." It it will say, if you meet my rider, Lumal, you should ask him about his creature, the creature he has.
Oh, did he bring a creature with?
Yes, and also no. The creature he has is different shaped, but similar. It is too large to be one of your kind. And it is not always there. Sometimes he has it not be there, and then other times it is there.
Does he seem to like this creature?
Lumal seems to like this creature, yes. It confuses me.
Does the creature seem to like him?
Yes, it listens to him.
Okay.
I do not know what it is. Perhaps you will.
You said
perhaps it is God. And then...
Oh, no, the God's like in the moons. There's going to be another one. When you look up and you see the giant orb, yeah. That's where the God, well, at least the one I know of is.
Oh, it is not shaped that way.
No. It's almost like a big thing of sugar.
It's just staring at you. Yeah, you're pretty sure the spell ran out.
Okay. Good boy. That's a lot to go on.
I also find it funny that every time you cast Speak with Animals near Nyx, I've made a point that Nyx curses a lot, and you've never brought it up.
What a homie.
Yeah. Hey, look, first of all, I get told off enough for cussing in front of Eli. Don't need him to be like, every 5 minutes he's writing a source, he's like, language.
You saying something bad.
In horse language.
But cool. So you got that.
Mm-hmm. I give Nyx, Chella, and I need a reason for Ginger not to be in here, so I didn't hear Ginger talk. Hattie was taking care of Ginger or something like that.
Might have been walking around a little bit, yeah.
I give them all the rest of the sugar cubes, lumps. I'll just, because I invented them just now. It's not like they were in my inventory this whole time. I just say it's a reasonable thing to have with the horse care stuff.
You have a sugar lump that you have to like break into pieces to give them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, look, when I got the brush and the trimmers and all that stuff, it came with a box of them, and the box got wet. And
so you had a sugar brick, which you left out, and it melted slightly. But anyway, continue.
Okay, so that is Lamal's horse. Kind of an interesting conversation. Apparently, also had Lamal. It was Lamal's father, correct? Yeah, the Papa Modret.
Yeah,
I can never remember because I can never remember his real name. So I have to come up with the Viscal. Doesn't seem like didn't come here, so it seems like it's Lamal. Said something about Lamal having a big creature that's there sometimes and sometimes not. Not sure what that means. He didn't know what it was. Said it was bigger than we are. So that's a fun thing we're gonna find out probably. I kind of want to steal his horse. I really kind of acquire his horse. I don't think I want to steal it because that, nobody likes a horse thief.
No one does, Sam. Like, imagine Ginger being taken from you.
That's why I said it
immediately.
I don't know who you are, but I have a certain set of skills. Like seeing your footprint and knowing your exact shoe size. I will find you. And I will cast all food on something you own.
And eat it right in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something we have to look forward to. I'm pretty sure the horse didn't know where he was staying. Lamal is not the horse himself. He asked about God, which was weird. The horse. I think I explained too much about that. Oh, yeah, but if Lamal's here and he has some big creature with him, that doesn't seem like a good thing. So I guess if we see Lamal, we need to be super on guard.
And we know that the Vasquille, the essentially bodyguard, appears different under the drug. Maybe animals kind of see through that naturally. Whatever.
Eli, well, actually, you both have spellcraft. You would both know that might be the case for some illusions, but a shape changer is not under illusions.
Okay.
Their physical body is different.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Difference between disguise self and alter self.
Ah. Well, so I don't know what we want to do with that information besides us just knowing that Lamal's here, and we have confirmed it because his horse told me so. Yeah, the horse also considers it part of House Modric, so if y'all want to, like, dab at it or something, we can do that now. Throw up some hateful things. No, I don't know what we want to do now.
If I can help it, I'd rather not cross paths with Lamal personally. Since it seems like we're in agreement that he is not really as bad as his parents.
I mean, he has some weird creature with him who, according to his horse, he's okay with, and the creature is okay with him, as far as it can tell. But this is all something we need to confirm later.
Later sounds good. I would love to be inside a warm building and not at a stables.
This is slightly warmer than outside.
Let's get to our building so Rahala can relax.
It's got horsepower heat.
Sam, I don't know your middle name. But I would say the full thing. So instead I'm going to call you Samuel Pleasant Legume. I'm tired of being in a stable. Let's go.
How'd you know my family's real name? No,
our real name.
Pleasant Lagoon. Okay. Yeah, I quit fucking around. As hard as it is to quit fucking around sometimes. So you gotta.
You guys go trudging into the inn finally. For one, it does smell really good in there. And it is about dinner time. It is kind of like cold and wet out here, so it does sort of suck, especially like... I mean, for Sam, it's not a big deal, but for the rest of you, it's like being in the stables smells kind of like horse poop. And like hay, which doesn't smell good.
I mean...
I don't think hay smells good. I think hay smells awful.
Okay, look. There's a difference between wet hay, which this is going to be wet hay.
It's all wet. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's always fucking... Like, it'll be dry briefly, but you know what I mean? Like, the smell is always wet hay, because there's always some around. Even dry hay, I didn't like the smell of too much. But, either way. But for the rest of you, you know, the one city folk, and then, like, the country bumpkin, who didn't have horses too much, stables ain't really your spot. You're probably ready to go in, and like that, the smell of the food in there is like dope. So you finally get pull the door open, you get immediately hit with this wash of like warm, like hearth light from like a fire that's out there. The smell intensifies. You can like hear like utensils on dishes and such as there's people sitting at tables eating. You can see some of them like, clink glasses as they start to drink and whatnot. People have just started to eat whatever that delicious smell is. And you can see that the desk that you would go to come check in and whatnot is like right across the way. But you like almost run into someone as you're walking into the room who's like on their way out, like just like got a cloak on. So you get like the door open and oh shit, excuse me. And like as you're stepping aside, they pause and look up at you. And they're familiar to you, that recognition happening at the same time. It's not Lamal, it's Caden. The guy that you met in the woods, that you had a whole fight with.
Oh, yeah, I remember that guy now. Totally.
And he kind of points at you, and he's like, I see we both got out of the woods, huh? Huh. Guess I don't need to go out. And he'll step back and, like, be out of the way to let you all in. We'll handle that interaction next session.
Oh, so fun.
Which fight was Caden's?
He was the bee.
The bees.
The bees?
In the snowy woods where all of you were unconscious but Eli.
Okay. Yeah,
He's the brawler. Yeah. But yeah, we will handle that next session. So for now, we go to the exit screen. Now we're there.
Yes, Ellie, Lamia's potential assassin lover. It did not update, Kiken.
I know. I'm fixing it now. I said I would have to fix it once we got through.
Oh, okay.
I'm fixing it right now.
Add an audible to it.
Plugs, please. Plugs.
Oh, well, in that case, since we're plugging...
AC.
Plug in.
Yeah.
PC.
We've got a Patreon, which is patreon.com/unnatural_1s. And you can be a supporter of that for as little as $1 a month, and you get a bunch of cool stuff. And, it helps keep everything going here as best we can. And so we just appreciate it when people are helpful with that. It's great, and I love it. And I wish that more people would do those kind of things. So yes, you should do that. Also, we've got a YouTube where all of the replays go up on Monday. If you're watching this on YouTube for a replay, we also live stream on Twitch on Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah, I'll do all the interaction things you're supposed to do. I don't know. They keep changing them. There's too many. So just click stuff.
Yeah, do that. And tomorrow, oh my god, I cannot get this centered. Okay, tomorrow I will be live over on Lost Initiative. I won't be GMing this time, so you won't get to watch me kill Scott again. But one time was pretty cool, right? Oh yeah, by the way, if you guys didn't watch, Scott died. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
It's mostly his fault. It's entirely his fault. I blame him. You should too. But I'll be a PC over there again, back in the shoes of my bard, Mikhail, my boy, my dude, my guy who almost drowned to death, but didn't, so all's good. We'll be back in that, trying to deal with Beltran's bitch ass. So see if we can do it. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to say? Anywhere y'all can be found or not found? Or
I'm Ultra Panda, and I am in your dumpsters, going through your stuff. Man, why don't you throw away a 1999 Nokia? These things are basically indestructible. I mean, look at it. It's so indestructible.
So indestructible.
So
who should we
of
raid?
Copper wire.
Anybody got any suggestions? I see.
Also, y'all should recycle.
Kobold is live.
There's a lot of aluminum cans in here. You should put some of this in the recycle. And keep your bottle caps on your plastic bottles. Recycle them with them before they try to do the thing that the UK does and actually make them attached somehow. That sucks.